Hello there guys, Life's the Game back once again for yet another magnificent Legendary 3 Directive Showcase guys. Usually I do this one with 4, but this time we definitely ran it with 3. And what more can I say guys, taking some more new agents that have never gone through 3 Directive Legendary mission, taking them through this Manning Zoo Legendary with 3 Directives. And at least, I don't know, if maybe they had clans. I think this guy, Krusty, or somebody, I don't know. Somebody had a clan. I think they said that they've gone through it with directives before, but they were in a clan, guys. I'm talking about random agents. You don't see this. Like I said, hit that like button, guys. You're not going to see this anywhere else on this internet, on this social media, anywhere, guys. Nobody else does this. Nobody else goes through this with random agents with the directives on, guys. 4 to 3 directives, 4 to 5. I'm the only one, guys, Life's a Game doing it. And if you guys think I'm lying, you can go ahead and check the YouTube, check the YouTube feed, Twitch, whatever you want to check, and you'll see for sure that without a clan or without Discord agents, you don't see people doing this. I don't know about 3 directives, but I know 4 directives I usually do, and I have never seen nobody doing that with randoms, and even 3 for that matter, because this mission was just one of those missions. But nonetheless, guys, here we are right here. Here we are getting into it. We're starting off right here. You're seeing us in this next room right here because this was pretty a long mission, guys. This was a pretty long mission. And as I always say, guys, in any long mission, it's going to definitely take grit to get it done. So we have 3 agents here, guys. And like I said, welcome to this premiere, guys. I love doing premieres like this just to be able to show you guys, bring you guys through these missions, show you exactly how to get it done. And that with randoms, it definitely can be done, but it does definitely get tough. I'm not going to go ahead and say this is the most easiest mission to get done because, like I said, guys, none of these legendary missions are easy with directives. Any of you guys that play legendary, especially with randoms, none of these missions are easy. But this one, Manning Zoo being one of the juggernaut missions, along with Tidal Basin, you have to bring some extra grit, some extra spice to the table to be able to get these ones done. So on that note, you want to just be paying attention to what I'm doing, guys. You want to be watching, and I'm glad and I appreciate any and all of you guys that are here. If you guys are over here from Twitter X, highly appreciate it. If you guys came because of notification on YouTube, hit the notification bell, then awesome sauce. And if you haven't hit that notification bell or you're not following me on Twitter X, you want to go ahead and look in the chat box and realize and go ahead and follow me on that, guys. So that way you'll know when these things are happening and when they're going live and whatnot. You won't miss a beat. For those of you that joined late on this or whatnot, you'll be able to see these things before they happen or as they're going to come, like right away. You won't miss any of the action, guys, because I guarantee you when a mission as hot as this one was, you definitely totally and utterly do not want to miss any of the action. So starting off here, guys, I know it kind of started off a little quick in the beginning, but I kind of forgot to hit my record button when I started the mission off. So I kind of realized it luckily by that point, and I was like, well, let me go ahead and hit this. I almost forgot to do it. I was so focused on working. But yeah, nonetheless, guys, here we are in the second room of Legendary Manning Zoo. And we are running respectively with, we're going to go ahead and get into the agents right now, guys. Highly appreciate any and all of these agents that ran with me, guys. These guys had good grit to be able to get through the mission. And it's always good, guys. It's always good to be able to play with agents that have the grit to at least be able to make it towards the end and be able to get that done. Because not every agent, it's a pat on the back, even if you can just only get to the end. It's a pat on the back because it's not the easiest thing to do. It's never the easiest thing to do, but it is quite freaking surprising how this mission ends up ending, considering what this game has a lot of salt on my back. So like I said, man, I've done these missions, beat them a lot. I don't think this game's that much happy with my success often, so I won't spoil anything, but you guys shall see at the end. But nonetheless, we're going to go through it. I'm going to get into the agents right now. So first we got from KUY Clan, Jenny Darkside, I believe. Jenny Dark Star. Excuse me, butchering that name. They stuck with it. This agent's right here stuck with it. They were, I believe they turned to healer after a while. But they stuck with it, and they were like a good agent. They were solid to get it done. They did get a little sleepy during it, so that's going to be funny. Won't ruin anything or anything like that, guys. But this guy more or less got it done. I mean, these guys, for the most part, listened. And that's the only way I tell them in a mission of this caliber. Maybe if it was normal legendary, hell, maybe if it was heroic. Maybe if you had your clanmates, like I said, you could do what you want to do. But when you're running with random agents, a team such as this caliber, guys, you have to know how to listen. And you have to know how to follow directions. And that's what I have my team do. And of course, guys, you already know the main 3 words: patience, distance, focus, PDF. That's exactly what you want to practice on a mission like this. You don't want to be pushing. I told these guys there's no reason to be pushing in. Do not stand in the same spots you stand in on heroic or normal legendary. You got to really be cautious and just know what you're doing. And respect the enemy at the highest level. And on that note, just as I say that, I actually didn't reiterate that enough out there. As you see, Planet Hacky kind of went in far. I have to let him know here. Dude, you cannot, repeat, cannot be running in like that on this difficulty. It's legendary with 3 directives, dude. You just cannot run it the same way you run any other mission. You got to keep patient, distant, focused. He had a good mindset. He was able to listen fast and not, argue or try and fight or try and contest what I'm saying. Considering my experience I had in this, guys, that I spoke about with these guys before we even started this mission. You see me using the St. Elmo's build. I was thinking of using my capacitor one. We'll see if I switch up to that one down the road, but I'm starting off with this one. And like I said, guys, it was a little trying to start off. So you see us going back here. You see that Chunga push. He pushed a little much there, so we got to go back. I told my team we got to back it up. There's a certain point you have to realize with these enemies, if you don't stop them at a certain point, they're going to overwhelm you. So you got to know when to go back and when to back up. Yep, you got to know that. It's just, I always tell these teammates here, I was telling them, it's not just about your build. It's also about your movement and your know-how, knowing how to move, when to move, because you can have the greatest build and still get your ass murked and still get killed and still get dominated because you just don't know when to move. You don't know how to pinpoint, read the enemy. You got to know all that, guys, in this mission. And that's one of the important aspects that I want you guys to hold on to and pay attention to as you see me play here. I can't reiterate it enough. Some people think I'm just talking until they see these missions, they see me going through it, and they're like, you guys probably wondering how it's done. Don't only watch, just listen, guys. Keywords. 2 ears, one mouth. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Cannot reiterate it enough. You gotta listen to what I'm saying, because when you do that, that's where all the success starts coming in. If you already have a build that you know is strong enough to run this stuff. So you're seeing us here. You see how the enemy did push. We didn't really do a great job of taking care of the medics right here. So the medic was able to come, put a heal up and all that other garbage. And when that happens, this is how it is. It just makes everything that much harder. So I was telling these guys, I was like, next time, guys, we got to get on the medic. We can't be allowing the medic to do this because this is what we got to deal with. And this usually equals wipe 90% of the time when you don't do what you're supposed to do at a certain part and you allow the enemy, as you see me go down there, you allow the enemy to establish position. Not only establish position, get comfortable, bring all their other friends up, and just be able to just bum rush you. That's what you do not want on this mode, I was telling them. So you're seeing us here in the early stages making little mistakes to start off. Like this wasn't supposed to happen right here, wasn't supposed to get this far. But the key thing about patience, distance, focus is that no matter how it turns out, we can totally we can battle them. We can always bounce back and end up getting the win. You see that guy kind of resting on the right there. He got lit up so bad. All he could do is stand up. So yeah, like I said, guys, but nonetheless, that should not even happen. But yeah. We're going to go down the list with the agents from DZN Clan, Planet Hack. For the most part, as you guys saw, he rushed there a little bit, died, came back. He listened very well. These guys did an excellent job of listening. That's the main thing. I was trying to find agents that can hear me and listen, because as long as we can do that, and you guys are on the same page and they're just following my instruction, considering my experience in this mission and many other missions like this, with even more directives than this. I've done Manning Zoo with 4 directives 2 times, guys. You can go ahead and check that out on my channel under 4 directive brilliant showcases on my playlist. If you want to see that, well, like I said, I've done it already, and I'm just telling them, hey, there's a way you got to run this stuff to beat it. You can't just go in there any old way. Especially if you guys are used, I told them, even if they're used to normal legendary, this is above steps with an S above normal legendary. So I have to make sure you get that done. And I think one of them were saying something about somebody soloing with 5 directives, and I was like, yeah, I'm well aware of that. I've seen people do that before. But the thing is, when you solo, it's only scaled for 1. It's not scaled for 2 or 3, which is why I said I've had teammates that could do that, and they join a group with 4 directives or whatnot, and they try and do the same thing, and they're dying like every second. And it's like, this dude soloed this mission supposedly with 4 or 5 directives, and they can't stay alive with players with the same difficulty. That's because it's scaled different, guys. So anybody you've seen do this, as I say all the time, with 5 directives and all that, you just one-shot something. That's very, very easy to do if you make a build, and all you got to do is just aim, have pinpointed aim, and you have a good enough build that can take damage and just one-shot. That's not the hardest thing, guys. I have friends that did that. You could matter of fact, you could search it up on YouTube and find 2 or 3 or 4 people that did the same thing. But tell me this: search YouTube or Twitch or whatever the hell it is, and find somebody that's doing this with random agents with 4 or 5 directives. I'll wait, because you're not gonna find it, guys. I'm the only one doing it. That's why I do this, and I'm not bragging to say that. Any content creator that's watching this, any of these other guys with 100+ subs, can see this, and like I said, I guarantee you they still couldn't do it, because there's a certain way you have to run this, and if you're not used to running with randoms, you just cannot do it. It's not something you can do, which is why they don't do it. If they could do it, you would have seen somebody already do it by now. One of those guys, you would have seen them do it with randoms by now. The reason why is because they cannot do it. It's one of a kind here, guys. That's why I say you gotta subscribe to Life's a Game, because I'm one of a kind, guys. Division 2 God, I tell you all the time. I don't just say that to say it. Some people think I'm just talking when I say it. But I'm being real, I'm being serious, because I'm like, when you look around, you're not seeing people do what I'm doing. You'll look and find other people do 5 directives by themselves solo because they can do the one shot. But even one of my teammates here told me those same agents, they can't do that one shot when they're with 5 agents in with 4 agents in 5 directive legendary or 4 directive, because it's scaled different, meaning that one shot build, the enemies are more stronger, that you won't even one shot them anymore. So they don't tell you this though. They'll just do it solo, and you'll think, oh my god, they're doing the same thing I'm doing here but by themselves. No, they're not, guys. They're actually not. That's why I have facepalm my laugh. They're not actually. They're doing a much lower scaled version of the mission, because it's them by themselves, which makes sense. But if any of them are going around parading like they're doing the same thing I'm doing by themselves, that's a 100% lie. The devs scale it, guys, so it's not like that. So that's why you'll see them do solo, but you'll never see them do it with you'll never see them do it with players, like random players at that. I can understand teammates and Discord agents. That's what this is more or less made for. But randoms, guys, I'm the only one you're gonna see doing this with randoms. There's just no other player. I'm not saying that to brag or anything. I'm just saying that because that's what I've seen factually. And you guys can go show me an agent, or tell me in the comment section or in the chat section here if you're here. Anybody you know that does this with random agents with missions like this, with the complete randoms, and is successful and beats them. I'll leave that alone. Nonetheless, we're gonna continue. The next agent here, FBI Krusty, which is the only reason why, guys, I'm saying to subscribe to my channel. And that's the reason why I'm telling you, because if you want to see this content done and me to show you how you too can do this without Discord agents or friends like a lot of those big content creators do, you don't need that. You can do it with randoms. If you're skilled enough and you know what you're doing, you can do it with randoms. That's what my channel is for, guys. I know everybody's not gonna like it. People don't really like the truth, or real recognizes real. A lot of people don't like truth, but it is what it is. I mean, a lot of times they say you want the truth, you can't handle it. That's a lot of people, but I know a lot of people here watching can handle the truth, because you guys are real Division 2 agents. Anybody watching this, that's a part of my channel, I know is a real Division 2 agent, because I know everything I'm saying is true, guys. I don't just pull shit out my ass. I watch stuff, I do research on stuff before I come out and say anything on any video. So on that note, here's the next guy, FBI Krusty. This guy, sadly enough though, it's a very sad scenario for him. He said that he's tried to go through legendary Manning Zoo, and he's never been able to beat it at the end. Unfortunately, we're playing with 3 directives. If this was legendary, I could have easily done that for him very fast, very quickly. Wouldn't have been that much of an issue. But today, guys, I was just saying I'm not really going to run normal legendary. I'm running it with 3 directives. So if he wanted to join, I was like, it's up for him, and he decided to join. So let's see what happens. But nonetheless, guys, this guy said he never beat it, and I kind of find that a little interesting, because it's like these guys, I have a build on this, guys, where these guys literally, like, if this was a normal legendary, only thing is they have that crappy little special ammo directive, and that really hurts your shield, and you can't block in front of them forever. But if they didn't have that, guys, I'd just be melting the fuck out of these guys. They wouldn't be able to hurt me. I have a build literally on here that I do 4 directive legendary with, where these guys cannot, repeat, not even a chunga, cannot hurt me unless I like majorly fuck up. Like, they just can't do anything. So I just cruise through the entire mission. So I was telling him that, but I wasn't doing that one right now. But I told him, hey, you can friend me if you want to run this on normal, and I could get you through it if you really have never gotten through it. Because I can't guarantee we're going to fully get through it, this one like this. It depends on how you guys play. This is not a normal mission. So it was what it was, guys. But there'll be some agents like that that has never got through some of these missions. So it is what it is. I know Legendary is the hardest. A lot of people that say Master's difficulty. Master's difficulty is garbage compared to Legendary difficulty, guys. It's like, in a sense, I want to say garbage, but it's like, I guess to my sense and the way I play, like my skill talent level it is, but I'm saying it's kind of the gap between heroic and legendary masters. So some people might try and say masters is on the level of legendary. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not even close. Enemies don't hit as hard. They're not as smart. I think the only thing with masters is they're trying to swarm you with enemies. They're trying to like just swarm you with a lot of enemies, is what I heard from other agents. So swarm you with a lot of enemies, but it's not nearly the same thing as a legendary mission as far as strength and as far as grit. It's just not there at all like that. There's a lot of people that dominate Masters missions, but they cannot do anything much with Legendary. They still struggle highly with Legendary. So there's just that. So that's just on that note. But to FBI Krusty, like I said, my friend, if you come across this video and you want to run this on normal Legendary, I'll be definitely up for that if you friend me. Not sure if he did. Haven't checked my Ubisoft Connect account yet. I don't think he did, but nonetheless, guys, I could get him through that. Somebody could definitely get him through that, because there's a lot of agents that have gone through this mission on normal mode and normal legendary, and that's just not the hardest. Although it can be if you're not used to it, guys. I'm not saying this is a cakewalk. I mean, I'm talking in my terms, in my skill set terms, but it's not the hardest mission at all. None of these missions are the hardest, on normal especially. without directives. So I'm used to doing this, guys. I have to put directives on now because I just be beating the legendaries too consistently without them. And it's like I need like some challenge. I need something that's gonna make it seem a little harder than what it is. So here we are doing it, guys. Here we are. It's redirective legendary Manning Zoo. We got past that area. I was more or less telling them right here, guys. I was gonna try and kind of pull the spawn because I knew that there was gonna be more spawns down here, but I was thinking they already maybe did it, but I was like, no, let me try and come down here because I know there's gonna be a chunk of something's gonna come. And usually, what happens if you run down here too fast, they'll spawn and get your entire team and then just kind of sandwich you and just they get you. So I was running back this way. I didn't see anybody. I was like, man, what's going on here? Because it's like nothing was spawning. And so I was like, okay, are we ready to go in here? I was like, this doesn't make sense. Usually there's something else. And then at a certain point, I noticed there was a scaredy cat dog over there, robot dog, that was hiding, guys. I have these robot dogs hiding, as you'll see often throughout this run. I hardly if ever see that, especially with directives, but hey, I guess they know my face by now. I don't know. And it's like, they're like, hell no, not today. I've beaten it many times, guys. So just going through it again. And you're seeing this little doggy over here. He is hiding. He doesn't want any smoke from us. He's like, I'm done. And we have to get him out the corner. I don't really see these guys hide like that often unless like you're really doing well. And we were doing well thus far. Although none of these guys have gone through this mission with 3 directives before. So this is a new group. I'm just taking a new group through it, guys. And it can be done with the randoms. I say it all the time. This stuff can be done. And that's why I show you these premieres, guys. Welcome to the respective premiere. If I didn't say that already, I know this is a premiere. I didn't say it. But welcome to it. I highly appreciate any and all of you guys that are joining in right now and watching. Because this is a very interesting run. And there are ways you got to run it. There are strategies you got to use. Depending on the team, I just got to kind of weigh my team out. And I kind of know how to run and what to do. The build I was using up until this point right now, I wouldn't say it's the greatest one. It's a very solid one, and I thought that I could maybe keep using this for this run, but I'm more or less just was thinking on the fly to change it. Do I end up doing that? No, we shall see, guys. But like I said, Say Elmos is a very solid build, 6-tier skill build, very solid with the electricity, very, very solid. Definitely can't say any more than that. But as you guys are seeing here, respectively, you're seeing us work. You're seeing this guy down here taking this dog out. It's really trying to hide. This dog's really trying to do its best to hide. And our best bet is just keeping our composure and not allowing ourselves to fall asleep or whatever. No matter how far these guys try to run, guys, we just want to always make sure we're there and we're watching at all times. So you see us here watching. This dog's like just backing up like way out there. I'm like, man, crazy how that's happening. It's like he doesn't want any smoke, not even from my assault drone, because that hits his ass hard too. So there is that. But nonetheless, I believe that we're getting these guys out of here. You see another wave. Okay, so here's the other wave now. There's a big boy chunga that comes out, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, so where's this big bastard at? Like, where's he at? We got to make sure that we get him. That's exactly what we did. Right here, that we're doing right here. We're lighting him up. You want to make sure you just keep your distance from these chungas, guys, because these bastards, it does take a while, some DPS to get them out. And I wouldn't say, guys, like I'm saying right here, I wouldn't say our DPS was the highest for this team. And that was another thing. And this is just another reason why I'm demonstrating to you guys this right here, that you can get this stuff done. You might not have the greatest DPS and all that, because I don't always have the greatest teams, but I'm saying you could still get the job done if you know how to play cordial and you just know how to set yourselves up, be in the right spots, and get stuff done. Especially with these bastards with the goddarn special ammo. Those biatches can be very, very annoying. So you just want to make sure that you're watching them and always you just want to be on your toes at all times, guys, in these missions. You don't ever want to be not seeing something, falling asleep, not paying attention, because that moment you do that for a second, that's when everything can change. Go haywire, you get hit by a grenade you didn't see coming, that you should have seen coming. It's just things like that. So you're seeing right here, guys, we got past this area. See, we got past this spot. We're working our way down into this spot over here now to be able to get these guys done. And what I was telling my team here, respectively, guys, was just, I feel like at this next part, after we kill these enemies in here, that we're going to have to kind of retreat kind of back up to those steps area, because usually in this room, we'll kind of go and fight in that corner over there. You're seeing that shed out there, that little like spot over there with the house on the right upper corner in this area where I'm pointing at. That's usually where we'll fight after killing all the enemies. However, with this team and the DPS I was seeing, as you guys see me here respectively, switching out to my capacitor with this build, because I was like, I'm going to definitely need a little more firepower on this. St. Elmo's, from what I'm seeing, guys, I deciphered it during this run in the middle. I totally realized that that gun is not going to do it for this team right now. Our DPS is not equaling up enough for me to have to be able to use that gun. So I'm going to have to get more spice on my gun, more oomph on it, so that we can be a little bit more comfortable. That's what I was telling them, because it's like our DPS could be a lot better than what it is, but obviously it wasn't. So I was like, I gotta have something that could add a little more DPS to these guys. So that's what I did here, guys. So respectively, we're jumping into this room right here. And what we want to do, what you want to do when you get in here, you want to make sure you clear these guys out. You kind of just stay on this side of the fence. Don't run over there where those snipers can see you. At the point where we're standing right now, guys, they can't see us like at that one level. I was running back in here just to be sure there's no other enemies spawning. But I was shooting here to show them, hey, those guys are gonna come right out of here once all of these enemies are gone. Usually I was saying we fight from there, as you see me shooting there. But I was like, I don't see that happening with this team unless maybe two of them, I was saying, go that way and two of us go back. I was saying either way, like, we got to figure the strategy out, because I could just tell, guys, with my team, DPS, we were not going to get this part done going over there and being swarmed by two chungas on different angles. We just didn't have the DPS to deal with it. I was seeing, and that's one of the things, guys. That's one of the things. I'm well experienced at this, so I can see before time when I'm like, okay, I don't think this is going to work, or something's not going to work. You see Death Star go down there. I was just saying, I could just tell that it wasn't going to work if we were in a tough situation like that. So I was like, that's one of the skills you'll get from playing Legendary often. You'll start to decipher when the team that you're running with, if you're running randoms, you'll start knowing what you got to do with what specific team you're running. Because not every team I do that. Some teams I'm like, okay, we can go up there at the corner. This team, I was like, no, we can't do that, because the DPS is not there, the experience isn't there. It's just not going to end well. As you saw Dark get taken out with a nade from this distance, it's like, when I see stuff like that, I'm like, no, we have all this room, and you're still being hit with that. So what do you think is going to happen when these guys are like 2 meters like in front of you? They're like right in front of you, and you have a small amount of room to work, and you just got to know what you're doing. That's not going to pan out well. People are going to panic, and they're going to go down fast. So I was like, okay, we got to come up with a strategy. So you guys will see that strategy respectively here as we continue to take these enemies out. We'll see if it's successful. Totally not used to ever wiping out on any of these missions. It's about how you run, guys, and this kind of just tailors back to, as I always say, it's not just about your build. I tell these guys all the time when I was telling them, it's about how to run and how to move and knowing where to be, because you can have the correct build and still go down in this area and still wipe because you just didn't know what you were doing. You didn't know how to utilize the team that you had. You guys just didn't know how to work. I see that with so many agents, and that's why they don't run these missions, because it's like, you could have the greatest build that can melt enemies, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to eventually go down, the enemy's going to swarm you, they're going to get the upper hand on you. So, especially at this level. So, what you want to do, guys, you want to keep patience, distance, focus. We're keeping distance in this area, and we got to keep focused to hit these guys, allow the bullets to count. You see me missing there as that guy's walking, ironically. But the key thing about that, as I was just about to touch on, I knew I had an ammo box. I'm usually a lot more pristine with my aim, but when I know I have an ammo box like behind me, which we do, you can always replenish our ammo and always get ammo back when that happens. I was telling them this dog's coming in on the right. You want to watch these robot dogs, make sure none of them come in on an area that you're not watching. And that's the key thing, guys, considering that one of these directives is we don't have a mini map. I was telling these guys, we got to be watching and calling stuff. We got to be watching and calling stuff, because if anybody sneaks around us or nothing, we got to know, like, you got to be watching. Because the map's not going to show us and tell us that somebody's there. And that's what I was emphasizing to these guys often throughout. We got to really be watching. So you're seeing this bomber guy on the right that came up, this bastard. See what I'm saying? Like, usually I'd be able to track that guy well before he got there, because I could see a mini-map. You can't see a mini-map, and then somebody else came up from behind us here. This healer's healing, so I was telling these guys, come on, we gotta wake up here. We totally gotta wake up. There's a healer that came in, and an enemy, and nobody called it out on the left, as you guys saw there, which is why one of the guys there ended up dying. And I was telling them here really a lot. I was like, we got to get on this, guys. If you guys want to win this mission, We gotta call stuff out, and we gotta be watching like profusely, like just consistently watching, because we have no mini map. I was telling them you gotta really be watching, you gotta be cautious. So I was telling them kind of to wake it up a little bit. Let's kind of get into it, guys. This is how these missions are. I'm a little more strict. I wouldn't say a little more. I'm a lot more strict on these missions when I have teammates running with me. That's one thing you might have not heard me say. But to get the win, guys, you got to know what you're doing. You got to be on your game. You totally got to be. There's no other way for me to say it. I tell any agent and any team running with me before we start, be ready, because this is not going to be a cakewalk. It's not going to be like heroic. It's not going to be like normal legendary that you're used to. It's going to be one where you're going to have to pay attention. Be highly, highly, highly paying attention. In order to get this job done. It's not just a job any agent can do, I tell them. Which is why a lot of these top YouTubers and all that, they don't do this with randoms. This is a reason, because it's not the easiest thing, especially people that aren't geared properly for it. But the thing is, guys, with my skill, Life's a Game on my channel, I'm able to do that. I'm able to bring teams through like this because I know what I'm doing. Experience in it, and my skill set, I know what my skill set is. So when I tell these guys to do something, all I expect you guys to do if you're on my team is just follow direction, what I'm saying. And I promise, like, we'll have like a 98% chance of beating the mission, like of actually like winning it. So I just don't know how to lose, guys. What more can I say? I just don't know how to lose, man. All I do is win in this game, and like I said, it's always fun doing that. It's always funny doing that. It's always great doing that too, and I love bringing randomly new agents through it, giving them experience on the mission. And not only that, showing it to you guys to show you that this stuff can be done, because I know there's a lot of you that don't believe this can be done with randoms, or people at 400 shade, as you're seeing Jenny Darkstar there, or people at these shade levels. You just don't think, oh, this is possible. This is why I show this, and you're not going to see this once again, guys. You're not going to see it on any other channel. Hit that like button, and also you don't have to subscribe, but if you love and enjoy seeing content like this, that would just, it's a no-brainer. 1 + 1's 2, to give it the sub, because like I said, you're not going to see this on any other one of those bigger YouTubers channels that play this. You're not going to see this, because they're not going to do it, because they're incapable of doing it, guys. I will call it out. I will just straight up say it. They can't do it unless it's Discord agents or clans they have. They're not going to be doing anything like this. So if you want to see how it's done with randoms such as yourselves, how you can get this done, you want to be watching my content. I don't know how else to say it. So you're seeing us here. I was telling them, if somebody has a sniper gun that could take out those sniper guys over there, you can do that, because 2 of us got to go back, because they were all the way out there, and I didn't know if they were going to be able to make it back, because you see this scaredy cat dog is down here. So just kind of taking them out. But as I'm taking them out, guys, I'll explain. I just wanted 2 of them maybe up there, and then 2 of us to go back. I was one of the ones that wanted to go back, because I'm like, hey, if anybody's going to fight off their back foot and beat these guys, it's going to be me. I've done it before many times on teams. So I was just letting them know, hey, we need somebody just, highly experienced to be able to stay alive, if anything. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this works out. I kind of just devised this strategy as I was seeing what was going on. So I was like, no, I think we're going to have to just kind of run it back and not be all the way up there, where you see the other agents all the way up there on the right upper corner. He's all the way up in the area that we would usually be at if we had a team that was solid enough that had the DPS. Like, that's where you'd want to be, and then the enemy spawns, and then you can fight them off from there, use the back area as cover. However, we didn't have that. So my main thing was just, we got to take these guys out, and then we got to kind of sandwich them. We can't just battle them all at once and have them sandwich us, because we don't have the DPS properly for them to fight off a proper sandwich attempt from these enemies, guys, at this level. So you're seeing the strategy being devised, guys. Like I said, you see me do strategies. You guys always watch some of my title basin runs, 4 directive runs and whatnot. You see us devise certain specific strategies depending on the situation. Guys, I've always seen it often, a lot. So that's just one of the things. And that's just one of the main things, guys, keeping within strategy and just knowing what you got to do. Because there's different ways, guys. I tell you all the time before I run these missions. Hope you guys are enjoying this premiere. But like I said, as I run these missions, I never just know exactly what I'm going to do or like how I'm going to do it. I don't ever know exactly like just what's going on, or I have an idea of how I'm going to do it, but not until we actually start implementing it and going into it, guys, do I start realizing exactly how I'm going to do it and what's going to be done depending on my team. That's why I ask every teammate that's ever ran with me, guys. You can ask them for yourselves. Any one of these guys, search them up. We're on PC. Do I ask them if they ran legendary or not? And I always do that, guys. And the reason why I ask them, if you ran legendary, okay, you ran legendary. Are you used to legendary missions, or are you run them kind of here and there? That gives me a better idea of how to go about it, what build to choose, how to do what I'm going to do. Or even with the build that I'm using, like exactly how I'm going to go about using that build, what I'm going to do while using that build, how that build's going to be respectively implemented. That's my job. That's what my job is to do. Like knowing my skill level, talent, and just what I can do, and how I got it. That's just such a huge part in emphasizing how it's going to go, or determining how it's going to go. But I never truly know, guys. I totally never truly know until we get into the mission, because some people can say they run legendary normally, and from what I'm watching and seeing, I'm like, okay, they might run it normally, but they're probably being carried, or they're not the most vocal player on the team, because, or the most talented player on the team. From what I'm seeing from them, I'm like, there's no way. I'm not even thinking you run legendary like that. So my man here, Darkstar, he was in his, I think he goes in his inventory here. And I was telling him, hey man, you don't want to be in your inventory standing up right here where these guys can spawn. These guys are going to be spawning here, so we got to be ready to move our ass as soon as these guys kill this last guy over here. As you see him there, you see like the kind of gesture. He went into, I was like, dude, you got to get out your inventory. I was telling him right away. And just as I said that, you see him come through there. So I just knew some of these guys don't have any experience with any mission like this, because some of that stuff they would never do if they had experience with it like this. So that's my job, to be monitoring people and letting them know, hey, you got to know what you're doing. You got to wake up and be aware at all times, guys. You can't be going to sleep at any moment, because that's just a wipe. So it is what it is, guys. That's how it is with randoms. I got to be on it. A lot more stricter in this one. And these guys understood it. There's no hard feelings or nothing, because it's like they understood before we got into it what this was going to be and what I was expecting out of them playing it in order to win the mission. So you're seeing Planet Hack went down there. Fortunately, he couldn't get back. He was one of the guys down there, so it is what it is. I was just telling myself here, Darkstar, and also Crusty that we have to get this done. He's down. We can't get him up. We're gonna have to battle him. Keep patience, distance, focus. Get back here. That Chunga's coming up, and we just gotta fight it. So you're seeing us here, guys. You're seeing us here. Now we're at a detriment. We're a 3-man team versus 4-man tailored AI with 3 directives. So legendary. So what you want to do? You're seeing this big boy Chunga coming here. What you want to do is you want to get these guys at a distance. You see me sending my assault drone after him. He's turning on that. He's reloading. I'm trying to get him down right here, because that kind of just shifts his gaze for just that second. And you see second big boy, number 2, coming. So that's what they usually will do when they see one's going down or being hindered. They'll try and come. Not a problem, guys. That's absolutely not an issue. All we got to do is just back it up and then pinpoint his big ass off from a distance. That's all you have to do. Let them run up, because they're going to come up. Some teams get overwhelmed, and I was just telling them, all we got to do is stay back here, guys. Just keep our composure. When you see these fuckers come, whosoever you see come at that door, just start lighting the hell out of them. And like I said, that's all you got to do. And I was saying, don't go down there. I was telling them, don't go, because that big boy Chunga, all they do is sit there and hide and act like they're not there. And then as soon as you start trying to push, they'll come around the corner along with a lot of these other guys. So you see me take that purple bastard out there. You're seeing my drone effing up that yellow medic bastard. So that's putting them off. And I was just telling Crusty to watch it. Don't go down there too much, because that big boy is waiting for you to go down there, so you can just peek around the corner and just light you up and kill you. So you're seeing both of them there. You're seeing us lighting the shit out of these guys now. And right here I realized, I was like, you know what? I got my mini rocket launcher. Let me go ahead and utilize that. But these fucking bastards are just getting super close. Back it up. That came in at the right time. That obviously came in at the right time. We needed to totally use that. And so we did that, and you're seeing that big boy on the left. If you guys notice, as we're battling here, you're seeing that Chunga not on the left, on the right. Kind of trying to hide, because these big boys, they love to come up like the drones like to hug the wall. If you guys understand how the drones hug the wall and they come around. These guys love to hug the wall and come around and make you think they're down or they're injured. And they just surprisingly show up from behind and then start blasting you, and then you can't even get away. So I was telling these guys, just watch it. This guy's still on the right. I was telling them the big boy's still on the right. You can take these guys out, but don't, just be watching it. And just lo and behold, he came out. There he is. You see me lighting him up right there. He's still on his feet. I got his big ass out of there. So that's what you guys want to do. You just want to keep your composure. That's the main thing. You don't want to ever start panicking or thinking this, that. And I was telling these guys, I was glad I was telling them, just to let them know, hey, this guy's right here on the right side. Do not go too far in. He wants you to start focusing on these enemies, slightly pushing them so that he could just sneak attack you from around. I've seen that. I've dealt with that only too often, guys, to learn how to run that properly and correctly. So we got that out of there. You see the rest of these guys here. You don't want the key thing I was telling them. We got to get that medic drone out because those little stupid little medics are going to try their best to revive their enemies as soon as we bring them down. As you just saw them trying to revive the Chunga there. So you got to get these annoying ass medics out. That's another thing. But you see another Chunga coming, and you guys are seeing now why I devised this strategy to come back here, because I was like, if we were out there, that would have been toast for us, considering this team and the DPS would not have got that done. However, guys, even despite having the largest DPS, you're seeing us do this. You're seeing us wing this. You're seeing us do the mission. You're seeing us get by it. So, like I said, there's ways to do this. I tell you guys all the time, it's like, I don't know, maybe some agents listen to me, maybe some of them don't. I think I'm just talking. There's ways to get around these missions without having the highest DPS builds. If you know how to run, you know how to play, you know how to move, you could still beat it. You could have the greatest build in the world. I'll continue to keep saying this till it gets through. You can have the greatest build in the world and still get your ass murked and still get cleaned up in a mission like this, because that, just a build alone doesn't matter. You have to know how to move and what you're doing, guys, and I can't emphasize that enough. I totally cannot emphasize that enough, which is why I emphasize it at the level that I do. So you saw how we dealt with those 3 Chungas there. You saw how we're dealing with these guys. With a team that doesn't really have the greatest DPS, guys, from what I've seen from all the teams I've ran things like this with. Our DPS is definitely not there on this team in that way that I would want it to be for a mission like this. So, but you're seeing we're still getting through it, though. So you're seeing there's ways. Reach the next area. We got to the next spot, and you're seeing there's ways to do this. So for those of you that are paying attention, not just watching me, listening to what I'm saying, and following what I'm saying, you'll start seeing success like this. You'll have a high chance of getting success like this. And I'd highly advise any of you that are watching this, if you're not used to it, to start in normal legendary Manning Zoo. Start just put directives on and think, okay, I watched him do it. I can do it, because you're going to find a whole different ball game. Especially playing with random agents, guys. I'm not talking about playing with clanmates and teammates. These are for those of you guys that I know how it is. You don't have friends to play this with. You always see those people on YouTube with all these followers. They have all these Discord agents. They have all these clan. They have clan group friends and all that, and they can always do missions like this. And it's hard for you guys to do it. You don't need any of that stuff. You can get it done with randoms, which, in my honest opinion, takes a lot more skill than doing it with Discord agents and key close friends and clans. So I'm showing you how to do this, guys. You're not going to see it on any other channel. Hit that like if you're enjoying the premiere thus far. You will not see this repeat on any other channel, no matter the subscriber count they have. You will not see this on any channel, because they do not do this, guys. I even spoke to somebody about one of them about this. I'm going to say any names. They said it would be a headache for them to do. Well, they said kudos that I can do it, but they said for them it would be a headache. So it is what it is, and that's the reason why I'm showing you this, because it's not normal content, guys. So, but there is a way it can be done, as I always say. So just like I said, keep watching. We're going to keep getting into it more. So at this part right here, guys, respectively, this area right here, I was telling them I would prefer to have a healer, because we're going to have to fight from this distance. And one of the things I wanted to put on right here, guys, was my Stinger Hive. And I think I forgot to do that upon starting this mission. So I had my assault drone out, and I started it, and I should have had my damn Stinger Hive. I should have my Stinger Hive for this part, because that's the thing. The Stinger Hive is the thing that keeps these guys at bay. So my Stinger Hive goes 5 meters out, and it's very, very lethally powerful, to the point these legendary enemies fear the hell out of it, and they never want, no matter how many directives I have on, they never want to walk into it. They never want any smoke with it. So you see how this guy walked in? If I had my hive there, this dude would have never even walked in like that, or they would have been dead already, like upon walking in. So I think somebody did maybe has a hive there, but I guarantee you their hive is most likely not as strong as the one I got. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. Or does it have the type of effect mine has? And that's not knocking anybody. It's just I know my weaponry and how long I've had it and what it does to enemies and whatnot. So you see me throw mine there, and it's great the other guy has theirs out. This is tier 6, and you're gonna see the big difference as soon as I throw that hive out there. You're not gonna see anybody really pushing. Notice now. We have a little breathing room now. You're not seeing us 14 charges. You're not seeing these guys push. You're totally not seeing these guys push if you're paying attention. We're able to sit here, kind of pinpoint them. I'm loving that flame turret, whoever threw that out there. That's an excellent strategy as well. I highly advise doing that as well. Mixed with maybe like, somebody with an elite Stinger Hive. That's guaranteeing that a lot of these guys aren't going to push in. And if they do, usually even just with my assault like hive, with my Stinger Hive alone, they're usually not pushing in. So just adding that extra layer of fire turret, that's just Definitely extra defensive protection, and that's what you say. That's what you call fighting defensively. And the Stinger Hive allows you to utilize that in such pristine fashion, guys. I totally cannot say it enough. The Stinger Hive really does. It puts the E in easy. Right here, being it for us able to be able to pick these guys off, these bastards off, without them just pushing us consistently. You're seeing the other wave come in now. And I do have a stronger capacitor built in this, but it only has about, I believe, it's a tier 2 skill. And I want to go through this with a 6 skill tier, because when you have a 6 skill tier, it's a lot more lethal, and enemies respect it a lot more. Although 2 tier 1 could be good. You see my hive is still up there, guys, from the time I threw it. Still providing us cover, which is why none of these guys, as you're seeing, none of them are pushing in on us. I was telling these guys, you want to know why we're able to just stand here like this? Because that one, as soon as I throw that hive there, that changes the whole game. These guys don't, they hate these legendary enemies, guys. I keep saying the Stinger Hive, they hate the hive. If it's a weak hive, they're gonna run through it. But if it's a strong one and they can sense that, they're not gonna run through it. They're gonna give it respect, and this is what happens when they give it respect. It just gives you and your team more time to work and get the job done, as long as it sits up there. But some of them will get feisty and come running up. As you see, my charges are at 12, meaning 2 are used. Some of them will get a little close and start trying to push. As soon as they feel that hive, they back up. But if they continue going through it, that's just an easy kill for us. A no contest kill for us. So that's totally just on them. But what we want to do is we want to just keep our composure here, guys. As you're seeing, you want to fight from this room. I've seen some people go in there and do some kind of crazy strategies. They'll just go right into the room and be shooting these guys. I'm like, damn. I don't know if that would work out with directives. That's what I'm saying. Some people play a certain way, and I think that's the reason why a lot of agents don't run with directives randomly, because there's a way you have to play. Like, some people have specific play styles. My thing, guys, is that I adapt to whatever play style I got. See, these guys are trying to run right through the hive. Now, I want you to pay close attention to what happens to these guys and how fast they melt. That's not just off our DPS, guys. Because our DPS, as you saw in the beginning when I had my assault drone, we didn't kill those enemies that fast running in there like that. The other guy, he almost went to the gate on the left till we got him. So that wasn't our DPS just alone. So our DPS isn't there like that to be able to melt these guys just like that, straight up alone, like that quick optic. You see Big Boy Chunga's trying to kind of go on the right, as he sees it's there, but my hive's gone. I'm gonna watch these Fat Boy Chungas, because they really like to try and do that little sneak game. And try and run up on you when they think you're not there paying attention. So I see him coming up. My hive's here. I was like, I gotta throw that out. It's not all the way there, but I was like, I gotta throw that out. I throw my hive out. That's a huge help in getting that guy dismantled, although I was already damaging him before he came in. So that's what we gotta do, guys. I was doing a lot. I have a lot of experience in this. So it's like, I was just letting them know. So we just follow my suit, guys, and we'll get there. So lo and behold, that's how you get past that part, guys. And we are continuing. Hope you're enjoying the premiere. If you are, guys, do not forget to hit that like if you haven't hit it already. That helps my channel, helps the stream, and also, most importantly, guys, it lets me know you want to see more content like this. If that's the case, you got to hit that like to show me that you enjoy it, guys. That's how I go off of it. That's how I do videos. I bring more to you guys, what you give me likes for. If I'm not seeing likes for it, it's like, I guess they probably don't want to see that. Maybe it's a little boring. Maybe it's a little too long. So if you enjoy seeing this, hit the like, and I'll continue to bring you more of this. We'll do more of these. But I know I used to do this with 4 directives, but I was like, I don't feel like doing it with no goddamn pistol arrow. There's certain times where it's like, I'm not trying to do that, because that's just going to make everything take a little longer. I got to have my shield and pistol build, which is a lot more lethal than this one is. But as far as DPS, this one reigns supreme for sure. You see me going back here to get my hive, just so that it doesn't explode. It can respectfully start regenerating. But yeah, guys, like I said, 3 directives, that's a pretty sweet spot for me. I like doing that like that with a team of randoms, because that way you can use your guns without having to worry about cool skills or pistol arrow. Which pistol arrow I've done cool skills. I'm not a big fan of that. It kind of just negates the entire reason of playing Division 2. I feel like they could have put like a better directive on, because that one just takes away one of your skills. I think that's pretty dumb. Although I have done stuff on it before, I just think it's pretty dumb and it's just annoying. I feel like they could have maybe made the enemies have a lot more life, maybe buff the life they have like a lot higher or something. I don't know, like instead of doing that one, they could have made it harder with you keeping all your skills, When they detriment your skills like that, it's like, okay, they're running out of ideas, because there's other things the devs could have implemented to make you keep all of your skills, but just make the god darn thing harder. It's not hard to do. It's like there's things you can do. So I hope that's one of the things too, as far as directives. Maybe they add some new directives to this thing moving forward that actually makes sense. Because majority of people never play with cool skills, and I see why. I played with it before, but I see why nobody ever prefers that or doesn't want to play with it. It's just a dumb skill. It completely negates the whole thing of division, like altogether. Like the whole thing of division are the skills and the gadgets you have to use stuff with. When you take that away, you can't use one with the other one. It completely negates your build. And it just takes all the fun for a lot of agents. I find out 99, 98% of the agents takes the fun out of the game for them, which makes sense because for me it is boring too when I ran in on that. Although I've beaten stuff with it, it is boring. It is boring and it's annoying. So I feel hopefully devs they clean that up and get like a better directive than that one. They could still make it hard. I mean, it's legendary for God's sake. You can add other things in there, highly buff the enemies. Health, maybe have them have armor you have to break first, literally break off of them before you can start damaging them. Something, anything, that's better than negating or taking away your skills. That's just saying, oh, you guys are too good, we can't create anything good enough that's good enough for you guys, that's hard enough for you guys when you have your full skill builds, when you have your entire builds. That's what they're saying. So it's like, I know that's not the case. So it's just about being creative, not lazy, being creative and just making things that actually could work and want the player base to actually have a want to play that instead of steer clear of it, So you're seeing us here, guys. I was telling them in this room, guys, because this is one of those damn rooms. I was telling them this room could easily take between 20 and like 30 minutes to like get done. 25, maybe even 30 to 40 minutes, like depending on the team you're playing with. You see my team here is new, so we're gonna see how long this one takes respectively, guys. It's not the easiest one to walk through, but we do end up performing here, as we got to perform in every spot. But my key thing is just pay attention to how we perform it and how we go about doing it, guys, because definitely not the easiest thing. So you're seeing us right here start off. I'm going to just allow you to watch me for just a quick second as we work here. I want you guys to be able to see what's going on. And I know I've been, I speak all throughout my runs, guys. The reason I'm speaking to, some people ask me at times, why, I'm talking throughout the run, but I'm like, dude, I'm talking throughout the run because there's a lot of agents that actually enjoy this. Tell me, and they like to know what's going through my mind when I'm doing it, because just watching it doesn't give justice. Like, it's not telling you what to do, why I'm doing what I'm doing, why I'm standing here doing what I'm doing here. I'm explaining to these guys where these guys are at. I'm shooting there to let them know, hey, these guys will be coming from the left. Watch the left. Don't go to sleep. We don't have anybody on the mini map. I take you through what's going through my mind so that you can adopt that same mindset when you're running this, and always be on your toes, always be thinking, and not be standing there like a statue. Because when you start doing that, and you're not communicating with your team or nothing, that's when the wipe happens, I guarantee you. So that's the reason why. For those of you guys that like to watch for entertainment, just zip it, watch it, enjoy. That's all I could say. For those of you that enjoy watching for my commentary and stuff, and you want to see what I'm thinking because you actually want to do it yourself, that's who I'm doing this for. That's the main fans I'm doing this for. The ones that actually want to learn and want to, so that they can implement and replicate the same success they're seeing me do here. I have a good chance at doing it or just start to learn. That's the reason why I'm doing this. So just to put it out there, guys, because there's some people that say, oh, this, that, or you might be speaking a little much. Of course I'm going to be speaking a lot much, guys. Look at the mission. If you see going through 3 directive legendary Manning Zoo with randoms, you're not going to see that. There's a way you got to run it, and there's things you got to understand in order to do it. Just turn the game, boot up Division 2, turn it on, and just go through it, and just, oh yeah, I beat that. Oh wow, oh my god. I beat this with 3 directives with random agents. So it doesn't just happen like that, guys. It'll never happen like that. So there's ways you got to go about doing it. And that's what I'm trying to tell you and implement and show you at the same time here. So you're seeing us here. I want you guys just kind of see how we're working. There's people up top right here with the bombs. Just telling them to watch the bombs. There's people on the top up there. And when they're in the top up there like that, guys, are going to laser vision you. These fuckers have needle and thread aim. I was laughing at one of my agents. I forgot which one it was. But they were saying that these guys have needle and thread aim. Like, it could be like a small slit hole, and they'll see you. If they could see you from there, that's the difference between a legendary enemy and a master's difficulty enemy as well. Any little slit, anywhere the enemies in legendary could hit you, they'll hit you. If they could see you, they're hitting you. Like, I don't care what distance they are. That's the difference with legendary. If they could see you, they're hitting you. Like, so you got to be watching like what you're doing. And always be paying attention, especially when we have no map here, guys. So our senses got to be like, they say spidey senses are tingling for Spider-Man. We got to have even more senses than that on this, because you don't want to be caught off guard. When you're caught off guard, it's like, damn, that was a mistake, and now your team has to clean up for you if they can get you back. which is why I say all the time often, don't push. If you're going to die, I tell them die in a reasonable spot. Don't go out somewhere where somebody can't get to you, and then just put the entire team at a detriment fighting 4-man AI with 3 people now because you went down at a bad spot you should have never been in, and you can't be revived. And if somebody does try and go out to revive you, they're risking their life or risking the team. As you're seeing there, that bastard had needle threat aim. I was like that far in the tunnel, and he just saw it. I was right there on the tip, and he could make that that adjustment and see me. So you're seeing told you down there, Planet Hack. That's funny. So you're seeing that going on. But like I said, you want to just be paying attention, watching, and seeing all what's going on throughout this thing, because as soon as we get into this, guys, and like I said, when you're going to do a mission like this, you got to be ready. Make sure you do whatever you got to do. Take your dog for a walk. Do your mini routine workout. Make your drink or whatever, your juice that you're going to have with you next to you. Just have all that stuff prepared before you start the mission, because, you know, unless we're at a part where we can stop, you can't really bathroom break, whatever it might be. I was letting these guys know it's kind of tough to do that when you're in battle. But that just can't happen. That's when a kick could definitely occur and will happen. So just put that out there, guys. Don't be that hindrance. Don't be that hindering player on the team where you're trying to take a break midway during battle. That's just not going to work on that. You could take your break, but most chances are on my team, when you get back from that break, you're not going to be in here. There's going to be a new agent. You'll be outside the White House standing there by yourself. So it's like, just if you don't want that happening, just make sure, my key thing is to say, make sure you're ready to run, guys, because nobody wants an agent that's unreliable, that's going to be trying to go to the bathroom during a mission or something. This isn't a mission you could do that with. I know there's some missions you can, but with this one, you got to stick it through until your team's, until you get that win at that section. Then you can wait, or whatever it is, and then you can let who know what they got to know, so they can, wait a second. It's not a problem to wait, guys. Totally not a problem, but just don't be that agent that's hindering everybody mid-fight, during the fight. You don't want to be doing that, because they definitely are a high chance, 90% chance you'll be kicked when you get back. A lot of agents I realize don't like when people do that stuff, nor do I. But it's like, you just got to be prepared. So you're seeing us here. You're seeing us here watching the area. You want to be watching. You don't want to be getting too caught up and going inside. And I was telling these guys, it's going to take some time. You got to be patient. And here you're seeing the real fight begin. And as I told them, guys, I was like, man, guys, this is where the damn fight begins. This is where this shit starts up. You saw us going earlier. We were killing a lot of the guys, but now the fight has started. You see the drones coming in. And you just want to stay near the tunnel, guys. If you're watching this, you totally want to keep near the tunnel. You want to stay near the tunnel. Gives you the most cover. You can see what's going on. All over aiming at these guys. You don't want to fall asleep on the left bottom, because there could be some enemies trying to trailer in on us on the left and try and sneak attack us. The only reason why I'm on this bastard, you see he has special ammo, and that special ammo directive is so goddamn annoying. Because all they got to do is give you a shot or two, and then you lose your shield, and they can down you like so quick. That's what really, realistically, guys, I'm be honest, that's what makes this mission the most hardest, is just that BS special ammo directive they have. That's what just makes you really have to be thinking. I'm not saying you wouldn't have to on normal legendary, but on this one, it just makes that like times 100. Because now the way they can hit you and all that, it's not even fair even. It's crazily not even fair the way they can hit you and down you and how fast they can do it. It's totally insane, actually, if you think about it. So I'm just allowing you guys just to be able to watch this like work here just a little. System reactivated. See me go back for ammo here. So I told them this part's going to be a little long. It's not going to be something you could just run through and get through. I was telling them we got to be patient with this one. We're doing fine thus far. We're doing great. That's one thing I continue to do, guys. When I play with my team, I encourage my team all throughout. When I'm playing, I just keep us all aware. I think I'm just a natural at leading, doing that. I've been doing it for so long, guys, and I'm just so experienced at doing it that I'm just always there. I'm always there. Making sure these guys are awake, stay awake, never be falling asleep, just always on their toes and always performing the way they're supposed to be performing at all times. That's one of the things in this mission, guys. I told them some missions you can get a break at certain points and be like, man, okay, I can kind of lax up. These missions, you just can't relax at any stage of this mission when you're fighting. You just can't be like, okay, I'm going to kind of sit here, take a breather here and there. You can do that sometimes, you know, if you're healing yourself, or you go back behind the team for a second, but you got to get right back on it. Because as soon as you're done healing, somebody else might need healing and have to get behind you while you're keeping cover for them. So it's like, there's just never a time for you to just sit there for like 2-3 minutes and just have a time to just stand there. And if I see anybody on my team doing that mostly, I'm like, hey, what's going on? Are you moving around? Are you awake? I want everybody always engaged. Like everybody, there shouldn't be 3 people fighting a 4-man people and somebody's just standing there because they went AFK or whatever the hell they did. Like on my team, that doesn't fly on my teams. If I see that happening often, that's also a kick. So that's another thing. But you're seeing us here. It's just you got to be strict with these missions, guys. If you're not strict and you just let stuff happen, that's going to lead to wipes. It will lead to wipes. And I don't have time to sit here for an hour plus playing a mission and just not be successful in it. That's literally a waste of time. So you're seeing us here. Seeing us battling here. You've seen this bastard with the special ammo. I'm looking to take him out of there, guys. You want to get these guys out. Especially, that's the main thing. I'm going to say this right now. When you're playing with this special ammo directive, you want to make sure you pinpoint a lot of these bastards and get them the hell out of there as fast as you can get them out. Because these guys, you just don't want them running up on you. Because anyhow they run up on you, you can't even use your shield. So you're already at a detriment right there. They just make everything harder. So exactly what I was saying earlier. They make everything harder for this mission, like times 100. So you want to just make sure that you're eyeing him. That bastard up there, see, I'm sending my drone after him so that he's not just sitting there pinpointing us from the top. So it's strategy, guys. It's the way you go about it. It's totally just the way you go about it. We're going about it pretty well. Going about it pretty well, guys. Hit that like if you haven't hit it already. I hope you're enjoying this premiere of Legendary Manning Zoo 3 Directives, guys. Not an exotic gifts for randoms because it's not a Legendary Weekly. But it is nonetheless a showcase. It's a 3 Directive Legendary showcase. And like I said, it's not a cakewalk, not a walk in the park. And it's with random agents nonetheless, guys. So totally what more can I say? Just trying to show you guys how to get it done. And how, like I said, how all of you guys can also get it done. And that it is possible, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. I could say that. So on that note, we just got to continue to stay focused on that note. That's one of the main ways that we end up getting it done. And that we're respectively able to get it done. So you're seeing us here work. It's allowing you guys to sit here and kind of just, you know, kind of see us work here for a second, see what's going on. It's totally a neat way to see like how things are going and just, you know, be able to get it down in order to get stuff done, guys. Because like I said, this stuff is not easy. You're seeing me run this shit. You're probably thinking, man, it's easy for him. But to be honest with you guys, I wouldn't say any of these missions are just easy for me ever at any point. I got to be on my P's and Q's as well, because if I'm not on my stuff, you'll see me go down as you see me go down sometimes in this mission. But that was when I was watching stuff, so it's like it could happen. It's just you have to be watching. That's what I tell these guys. I can go down too. So we got to all be watching here. Like, 'cause nobody's exempt from being able to go down. We all have to totally have our focus and have our laser vision on what's got to happen. We're seeing this bastard push up. We get him out. So you're seeing this battle's been going on for quite a bit, and we've been in the tunnel, guys. This is what you want to do. This is the safest way to do it. A lot of teams will push up at this part and start just going up the steps, and I'm like, that's a really, really, really bad idea, because there's people up there on the ledge that can see you, and the way they hit at this difficulty, it doesn't take no more than 2-3 bullets to get you down. Especially you add the special ammo on it. I mean, hey, no pun intended. I said especially at the special ammo. You go down even faster. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's smart to stay back here and fight from this distance. Have good enough skills that can actually seek these guys out. Assault drone in this instance is a godsend in this instance, because it definitely takes care of a lot of what needs to be taken care of. Stops a lot of those stupid little drones from coming in here and flooding us and being annoying. There's a lot that it gets done. So that's one of the key things you just want to keep in mind here, guys. You just want to make sure you have something that works. I'm not saying you can't go out there. If you have a build to go out there, by all means. But I would just be against that. I wouldn't recommend it. Because these guys hit hard, especially these guys with special ammo. Like, they hit definitely hard. You just do not want to do that on a 3 directed mission. You can't see who's behind you. Some of these guys can flank and be hiding somewhere. You know how some of these bastard legendary enemies will be hiding, being cheap. You just don't. You want to be paying attention to everything. So you're seeing us there battling these guys. They're trying to like fight us from there. And we're doing a great job from the tunnel. And the key thing about being in the tunnel, guys, is that we have an ammo box in here. So if you're out there and you run out of ammo, there's really nothing else you can find or do out there. But if you're in here, you can respectively attack them from here, take them out as you guys are seeing us do, and also always run back through the tunnel to get ammo to refill your favorite weapon or your most lethal weapon that you have. It's the little things that are keys, guys. It's the little things that get us, respectively, that'll get you over the hump in this mission. It's just the little things. So now you see us, guys. We are touching on an hour, and we're still in this one. This is how legendary with directives goes, especially with random agents, guys. With random agents, I have a lot of agents always tell me, "Oh, I run this stuff with clanmates, Discord agents." That's the easiest thing in the world, guys. That have been done with this mission or towards the end already. If there was clanmates and Discord agents that all knew exactly what they were doing and were at a high level, and they just all complimented each other's builds. That's not the hardest thing. What is a challenge for me, at least, considering my skill level, is having agents that could that are randoms that you can kind of just coach through it in a sense, and get through it like with actual skill and know-how and strategy. Which is why I totally cannot wait for the next new DLC, hopefully new legendary, and a new incursion, guys. That's gonna be a blast for me. Hasn't been anything in this game that's been like that often. That's the only way I can get something like that is usually when I do something like this. Although the raids, they do have their own level of elite level of rigor, of being hard, of challenge. I wouldn't say it's the same that enemies definitely in raids and incursions do not hit anything near legendary, but the thing about it is that they are lethal enough, and there are mechanics that you have to follow in those missions. That's what really makes an incursion and a raid is because there's a certain way for a fact you got to run them. If you don't run them that way, you die. I'm not always a fan of that because it's like, I want to mix things up sometimes. But sometimes in some raids, you can't mix things up. You got to do it a certain way. You got to blast this thing in this amount of time. You got to do it this way because if you don't do it this way, the timer's going to go out and then you lose. So that's where the hardness of raids and incursion comes in. There's just a certain way you have to go about doing what you're doing. There's like a set way. Although that set way can be done in multiple different forms or formats, it is nonetheless just a set way you got to do it. And how I find legendary hard is that it's more or less like it's like a raid at times. Legendary missions could be feel like raids at times in areas because it's like you got to run a certain way. You can't just run in there and do it any old way like how you do on challenging heroic, or otherwise you're not going to get it done. You can do it in a plethora of different formats, but it's got to be under that same initial structure of a way of how to do it. That's all it comes down to. So that's kind of where raids and legendary missions kind of differ. But we're going to focus more back on this mission, guys, because we've been kind of focusing all over the place, kind of touching point base, just trying to kind of give you guys the real, the idea of the challenge of what this mission actually is. And you saw me shooting at that back door all the way at the back on my left. And I was just kind of telling them that there are spawns that come out of that. I'm not sure if they did already. And that's why we were keeping it just, safe. And I was telling them, hey, we don't want to be spawned on. These guys right off the door, they're behind us. There's people pushing up in front. There's a chunk up there, if I'm not mistaken, and we don't want to be sandwiched. We just totally don't want to be sandwiched. So there's just caution as you see me begin to push up. I was telling these guys, try and stay near the tunnel because at some point, I was just letting them know I'm gonna do my best to push up here and try and start drawing these guys out. But I do not want everybody following me up here and us all going up here right now because that probably just totally wouldn't be the best thing to do. Considering these guys could I was looking at that damn door over there because I know I've seen enemies have spawned out that door. I'm not the most expert at knowing exactly where the spawns are. It's kind of funny considering how many times I've gone through this. But I do know I have seen it at times. Enemies spawn out of that door where just they can get you off balance completely, you and your entire team. Where you gotta try and make it back down to the tunnel, either that or take them out before a wipe. You just don't want that happening. So you're seeing them still sending drones after me. I'm trying to establish myself before I start going up the steps here. Trying to make sure there's not really many of these guys up here. I know that there's some guys up here. You're seeing a drone bastard way back there. I thought that maybe that door would spawn. So I was just looking at that door. I didn't know it probably spawned already, guys, for those of you guys that know exactly to the T what spawns and when. But I'll just try to keep it safe for my team, guys, so we didn't get into any unnecessary problems or situations where it was Okay, if we would have just done this, maybe one up here, if I would have just went, or two up here, two down there, it wouldn't have been that. But my key thing, guys, is that you just don't want to die up here in this situation. So what I'm doing is really, I have to be really very cautious here. I was confident in my ability. I was just letting them know, hey, I'm going to continue working my way up. If anything happens to me, I was telling them just stay inside that tunnel. Do not try and come out here and revive me unless you're able to take the enemies out at a distance first and then get to me. So you're seeing me up here. I'm not seeing much of those guys, but as I go up here, you're going to see me start pulling these guys. So you saw there. You saw me go up there, shoot those guys. Start drawing them out a little bit. That's my key goal, is trying to get them to come back down so that we can pinpoint them again from the tunnel. These bastards just won't move unless somebody comes up here to a certain level. So you see this bastard is on the turret. I'm shooting him. I have my mini map here. I'm trying to keep track of all the guys. I don't think I was looking on my left as often as I most likely should have been. I'm looking at that door and shooting at it, telling them to watch that area on the left. Don't let anybody spawn open that door and come out of there and nobody sees them. So we're seeing these drones come. I'm just battling here, guys. I'm just doing my best to pull these guys, to totally pull them. To just literally pull them out, guys. To allow them to come down so that we can get better dibs and better shots on them. Make it a lot easier for my team. So I'm up here on my own, guys, and you see this guy came over out of nowhere. This bastard tried to rush me from the side without me seeing him. So that's just me paying attention, looking on both sides, realizing that, hey, these fuckers can come out of nowhere. I don't have a mini-map, and that's what their goal is, to try and flank. That's mostly what these enemies try to do. And this bastard has special ammo. Don't want him that near like that. I'm sending my assault drone over there to get these guys off balance. And just keep these guys, be able to draw them out eventually. My goal is to get that chunga. My goal, actually, I told them, was to be able to draw these guys out and get this chunga moving. Get them coming down low. So you see another drone bastard there. You see him coming out. So I'm still watching my guys down there. And you see, I saw that big old chunga roll. So you see he finally spawned and started moving now, guys. So voila, ding ding. That's exactly what we wanted to do, guys. That's exactly what we wanted to do. Want to get these guys moving. I see him coming, so I'm like, let me go ahead and get down here. That bastard with the special ammo is coming. See, that guy would not be an issue had he not had special ammo like that. So I take my assault drone back out to get this guy out of here. And our key thing is just to watch these guys as you see me up here alone. It's just to kind of divert the attention, get these guys moving, get them coming after us. I keep looking back at that goddamn door, so I'm like, I don't want anybody to spawn out of this thing. And I don't see them, because it's happened before. It's happened like too many times on myself to count. They'll spawn out, and it's like you gotta start doing the circus dance, because now they're all around you, and you just didn't expect them to come out there. Like, just couldn't take that chance on this difficulty, guys. At this level, a level such as this, I couldn't do that. You see this bastard coming back here to revive. He shocks me and then also revives. I was like, this guy. So, get him out of there. He's out. We got another guy coming down. Except this bastard, I believe. Does he have special ammo? Okay, no, he doesn't. He doesn't have special ammo. And that big old chunk is coming down. So that bastard there, he tried to trick me. So I would focus on him so that Mr. Fat Chunga could come down and just kind of pick me off. Didn't work, guys. I'm too smart for that. So we picked them off. We have the Chunga moving now. Let my team know this big boy's coming down now. I got him to move. That's excellent. That's exactly what we wanted to do. And here I am, back in the tunnel, guys. So it's just like that. Before you do that, you saw how we cleared out all of the enemies. A lot of the enemies we cleared out before we even went up there and got him. Before I even went up there and got him to come down. So now that we did that, that's excellent. You can get this big boy down. And now these bastards, one thing they always do every time the Chunga's coming, as you see me go down there, they start getting really aggressive. As soon as the Chunga comes, it's like all of a sudden they grow like a ball sack, and they start all of a sudden just bombing, doing all this stuff, doing what they weren't doing before. They get more aggressive enemies. So I was telling these guys this, watch the area of the tunnel. If the Chunga, if we gotta wait for the Chunga to come in, that's no problem. We'll light his ass up. But these guys are gonna get a lot more feisty now, a lot more confident as the closer this guy gets. You know, might even have some enemies pushing right behind him, rushing to try and get down. So you're seeing me send my Assault drone after that bastard there. He has special ammo and he's just watching us. He's just watching us like a hawk, waiting to see when somebody shows up so he can just pinpoint him. We're seeing a chugga there. Trying to play a little dumb. He's trying to wait because he wants one of us to come around. But we see that his life is getting low. His life's getting very low. I think Dark Star here can kind of maybe was getting like maybe an angle on him. But you see my assault drones messing him up. So you see he's nearly done. And all we got to do is just wait. You see me picking him off there. We're kind of just patiently waiting on him to come around the corner. Because we know he's done. So he's down. We get him down. And the rest of these bastards up here, I'm like, okay, we got to get these guys that were thinking they were so bold just a few minutes ago when this guy was pushing. So back to here, guys. Rinse and repeat. Back to the tunnel. So we've been in this part for a little bit, guys. As I said, this part could take 20 to 30 minutes. And just this one area. Because that's totally just how it goes. This is how it is. So you're seeing us here battle this. You want to keep composure, guys. That's the main thing. You totally want to keep composure. See this guy here. Want to make sure you can see him, pinpoint him, hit him in a good, decent spot. So you see me just being patient here. I want you guys to be able to just kind of pay attention a little bit. So you see him trying to bombard us. I'll say back it up. He's got the bombs coming in. It's all just about patience, distance, focus here, guys. Distance and mostly focus. Patience, distance, and focus, all of them. That's such a key phrase, guys, that I go by and I fight by. Like I said, there's just no other way. There's no other better way I ever see to fight in this game than that. Any game, really. I mean, Division 1, it even works out, too. Although Division 1's not my main thing, I guess. I am getting a lot better at it here and there. Matter of fact, if you guys missed my Division 1, my latest Division 1 stream, I did all 4 incursions on Heroic with a team, and we got it all done. If you guys missed that, live stream number 7, you respectively want to check that out. That was a fun Division 1 run. Don't know when I'll be back on that. I might be back on that at some point. I think they have legendary missions in that game. I don't think I've done a legendary on it. But I definitely would have to get my gear polished to be able to do that, because you can't run into legendary with any gear set as is the same with this. As is the same case with this game. But I did love Division 1, guys. A lot of attention to detail in that one. But you're seeing us here continuing the work. My guys are keeping it cool, staying near the tunnel. I was telling them that always works. Okay, so you see this guy come down here. He kind of came out of nowhere. I was like, okay, this bastard. And he has special ammo. So I'm like, okay, we got to play this one smart. Because this bastard, he's just came out of nowhere. So I'm like, okay, there could be enemies behind me. So I can't stall here for too long. I got to try and get this guy. You see him go there. But the thing is, that bastard has special ammo. So you see how he's going to come out. He's going to shoot my shield. My shield's gone now. He tries to swing at me. I'm using cover to cover. I'm using the roll. So I'm like, you know what? That's one of the ways you get away from somebody at close distance, guys. If you just saw that, this bastard didn't have enough knowledge or experience to get me on that. So that's just one of the ways. That's an experienced play right there. When they get close like that, if you kind of do cover to cover or a wall, it confuses them. But you got to get close enough for them to try and attempt to swing at you first, and then you can move. You'll be able to move and be able to get some distance between them. And that's about the only thing that saved me there, guys. I told my team, I was like, that was just experience and me knowing how to move around these bastards. To be able to get away with that, because he had all the right to mow me down there. I was too close, and he had got my shield out of there. So, like I said, guys, we're gonna have to fight a lot more to get their meal on that, because I'm like, I've been through just too much in this game at a high level for somebody that simple to get me. Maybe if he had some teammates with him, would have been a little different, possibly. But alone, it's like, nah, they're gonna have to do a lot more than that. So that's one of the things, guys. If you guys are taking notes, take that one, write that one down. When the enemy gets near you, get on the wall, do cover to cover like that. They're going to get near you, they're going to try and swing, and when they swing, you make your move. You got to move fast, but you got to make your move to get around them and get cover as fast as you can. So we got past that part, guys, and respectively, I'm telling my team, hey, I thought somebody's going to come out that door. They didn't, and good job thus far, but we still have a ways to go, guys. If you're enjoying the Legendary 3 Directive Manning Zoo premiere, highly appreciate all you guys joining in. What more can I say? This never gets old, guys. This stuff never gets old. Bringing a new team through this. And here we go. Although Krusty said he's never beaten this on normal legendary. Some of these guys have ran normal legendary here and there, but they've never ran it with 3 directives, especially with randoms. If they did it, maybe it was with clanmates or friends, but it was never with randoms, and they've never done it with randoms. It's a lot different ball game. They're all agreeing at this point it was definitely a lot different ball game than normal legendary, or legendary with directives with clanmates or key close friends, Discord agents or whatnot. So here we are, guys. We're continuing on. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Keep listening, keep watching, because you're gonna see more. You're gonna see more tactics. You're gonna see us get through a little more things, guys. It's not done. We have more to do, but shall we get through this entire mission? Only time will tell, guys. Only time will tell. What a feat. So here we go. So at this part, it's just more or less letting them know, as I'm letting you guys know here, you totally want to just keep near this door. You don't want to be going out here battling these guys standing outside where they can bomb the hell out of you. And even when they can bomb you and you're inside, even when you're in the door, they still can bomb you. So you want to stay on your toes. You want to stay ready. You want to stay fast on the trigger, but also fast on the dodge. Because as you'll see here, you'll see these guys make many attempts to try and bomb me at this point. But I just want you guys to see how I react to that and how I take that when they do try and send bombs in, or when they do try and hit me with something quick that they think I'm not seeing. So this is one of those parts, guys, where you got to emphasize it. You just got to kind of just work within your own time limit. You got to work within your own, in your own respective skill, and just know what's going on. And not stand in a bad spot. As you're seeing those other guys on the right side, I didn't tell them here, but I was going to let them know, hey, try not to stand there, because when you die, like Planet Hack, for instance, right there, I was letting them know now. I was like, when you die in that spot, you're on the right side. And these guys could still hurl bombs in at you and all sorts of shit. So what you want to do is you want to be on the left side. I was telling them, you can go in there, peek out from there, I guess, here and there, and go there, but you got to get your ass back on the left. You got to be back on the left. You can't be standing there on the right, because anybody could sneak in. A Chunga could sneak in around the corner, and you're on the right. You're not getting over. You're dying. You just don't want that. So I was telling them, just be aware of that. Not saying you can't stand there, but just be aware. Don't fall asleep there and gun sleep and just be sitting there shooting and you're not paying attention to what's going on, and then you get caught. Because then it's harder to bring you back if you get caught in that corner, whereas opposed to if you get caught on the left where you're not directly in gunfire. So there's that, guys. But what you want to do is just work closely near the door here. A lot of these bastards are here. You see me switch. I think I still had my assault drone here, but I believe I will switch to my Stinger Hive, because that is a lot more lethal to use in this area, considering how these guys push in packs and clusters at times. So kind of just push in and try and like bombard you like with multiple teammates, multiple enemy teammates. They'll try and come in with their team and try and bombard you, and the Hive is excellent working against that and not allowing them to do that. So my drone there was on cooldown, so I totally kind of had to wait a little. And I was like, let me kind of just wait. Okay, come on. Bingo, there you go. So we now have the infamous, I wouldn't say infamous, but the infamous to the enemies for sure, but famous to us, likely nicely famous, Stinger Hive. Tier 6 Stinger Hive. You want to use this, guys. I'm telling you, it doesn't get any better than a Stinger Hive with legendary enemies. I've said it, I've emphasized this so much in my past runs, and many of my past runs I've shown. You totally want to implement the Stinger Hive. There's just so much that it does. So much it does well. As far as respectively keeping these enemies off of us, keeping them at bay, and just controlling the entire tempo. There's like so much they do. So you want to make sure you have that. It does help out. Like, you see me have it on me right here. That's just in case somebody gets too close, comes in from the side, or a robot, or whatever it is, and they think they got me. You drop that there. That changes the entire scenario up very fast. They're seeing us fight right here. I have the Hive, so I'm getting a little more aggressive because I know I have the Hive. I know I can stand close, because anyhow these guys think they're going to ambush me fast, or from an angle I can't see considering the map. That's just not going to work. I got my Hive. I just drop it. And just like clockwork, guys, it'll go. So you're seeing this guy come close. You see him came close here. I was like, you know what? It's 2 of them. You see me drop the Hive. And watch instantly what happens here when I drop that Hive. Both of them dead. So that's exactly what I was saying. When you have the Hive, it changes the whole battle, changes the whole outcome. So I see Big Boy Chunga there. I'm looking out in order to pinpoint enemies to my teammates. So I'm telling them a Chunga's coming up on the left. I was letting them know. A Chunga is respectively coming up on the left. So you guys just want to be, you might want to back it up back here. I got my Stinger Hive there. Yeah, that's the thing. You just don't want to go up too close because those big old Chungas, they love sneakily coming around the corner. They love playing dumb, hugging the corner, and then just kind of boom, popping up on you like a peekaboo. And when that happens, it usually downs you and your teammates. If you're not careful, not ready for it. So, seeing him trying to, he's working through my hive. My hive wasn't fully charged. My hive was fully charged would help out, but it still backed him up decently with ways. And you see how these guys all every time they always get aggressive when the big boy Chunga shows up, they always get aggressive. Robots, players, everything. And I've seen that bastard medic. So you're seeing him trying to revive, trying to take him out. I know that Chunga's coming back around the corner at some point. I was telling you guys we want to get the medic out, but god damn it, guys, I run out of ammo there. So we have to switch to the Ouroboros, the legendary gun of the hour still in this game. I just feel this burst is just second to none. So we're going to go ahead and implement that one with this build, guys. You see me throw my hive back out there. It's not fully charged, but I just feel it was more than that's needed. You see the Chunga trying to push in. Getting a lot of hits on him. The hive is out now, though. Unfortunately, the hive is out. I do not have my assault drone anymore, so I would have used it there. But you see my hive is slowly healing back up, but we're getting this Chunga out of here, as you're seeing. However, there is a medic out there, I was telling my team. Despite us getting him out of there, I'm like, there is a medic, so if we don't capitalize and get this medic out of here, all he's going to do is send something out here or come up here and then try attempts to revive the Chunga, which is what he's trying to do there. So this part just more or less entails just keeping your composure, fighting from the door, guys. You're seeing us fight from the door here. Totally seeing us fight from the door, and that's all you want to do to be able to keep your composure. In order to keep your composure, you just want to stay in this area, just fight from here. It's the safest spot. At one point, the enemies, they do have to come up on us. If we don't go out there on them, they'll just start pushing up on us. So that's a key thing here. But as long as you have good skills, you have to keep your composure, then it should be fine. There shouldn't be anything that's too hard. This bastard ass medic is right here on the side. I throw the hive, that should help deal with him. I believe that it does, yeah, it does get him out of there. As you saw a little thing pop on my screen there. A little hit marker to indicate that you killed an enemy. So, yeah, we got him out of there, and that's one of the key things, guys. You want to get the medic out, but what's so hard about having it with 3 directives, guys, legendary missions with 3 directives, is that they have that bastard little special ammo thing, and that almost gives them almost as much importance nearly as the medic, because if they get in on you, a couple of them, and hit you, it's not good because you don't have a shield to defend against that. So it just makes it that much more harder. But with good key coordination, we can definitely totally and utterly get it done. And that's all you want to do, guys. You just want to fight from out in this outside area. Because these guys are going to be all over the place. They want you to come chase them or whatnot. I've seen some agents play this and like go all the way where the train's at and shit. And that is crazy. That's the craziest thing. Anytime and every time I see that, because I'm like, I definitely wouldn't go out there like that close. I don't feel like it's the safest spot to be in. Is it because you get more lethal hits on them? Most likely if you're closer, but like I said, it's just not the greatest spot to be in, the smartest spot in my opinion. Does anything end up happening for the worst, obviously. So there is that. See me switch here, guys, because I'm just running out of ammo for all my guns. So you see me, I got a little more ammo for my capacitor, so I was like, let me kind of just utilize this. I was thinking of my blue screen there. We'll kind of end up getting that later, I'm assuming, but you're seeing us battle here. You're seeing these guys trying to bombard us. So I'm just allowing you guys to see us fighting here. Just kind of take in the fight and what's going on. So you guys seeing us here fight. Hopefully you're enjoying the premiere. Like I said, just allowing you guys to see us fight for just a minute. Just pay attention, take in everything that's going on, and just watch how we're utilizing this side room for cover, and just, you know, not being too impatient, keeping patience, of course, distance and focus. As I say all the time, guys, PDF, you want to implement that. I say it like a broken record often, but the reason I say it is because this is the results you get when you do it. You're able to take these guys out, pinpoint them, and just get a better cover. And you see me there as I dodge there. That's what you want to do when they start launching nades. You don't want to stand there like a statue or be gun sleeping. You want to be aware and ready, and just ready to move, fast on the jump, fast on the trigger, guys. That's one of the things I mean when I say you gotta always be ready, always on your toes, and just totally ready to go. Okay, so you see me take him out. So, you know, for the most part, our teammates and us, guys, we're starting to, like, you know, we're starting to get in our rhythm here. As you see, once again, now I got to switch off again. Crazy. Because we're running all out of ammo. I'm sitting here like, what do I got? What do I got? Do I have anything in this? Do I have anything in that? And I was like, you know what? Blue screen time, I guess. I got no other choice. I throw my hive there. I got my damn shotgun out. I didn't realize I wish you could use a blue screen like this, but it is an LMG, so they totally won't allow you to do that. So you're seeing us here. The blue screen does help with its talent, though. Blue screen would be one of my #1 guns. Could I use it with a shield? And that I totally will never lie about. The blue screen, being able to use the blue screen with a complete key shield, that would just be treason. On this game, it just wouldn't be fair. As far as this game standards are concerned, it just wouldn't be fair. So I could easily see how that it could be, you know, it could be a little tough to be able to get a light machine gun with a shield. That'd be something new for this game. That'd be nice, like a little thing you could prop it on. Just, I guess when you have to reload it, you gotta kind of stand still. It makes sense, but it'd be nice to have a shield. Maybe a shield you can kind of set up and kind of be in one spot. With a light machine gun, that'd be very nice. You're seeing us here, guys. We're still battling this shit out. It's been quite some time, guys. We are an hour, 27 minutes in, and we still are hot on this, guys. This is a legendary mission with directives. This is how it can be with random agents. Remember, so you guys that are watching that have done this with Discord agents or clans, complete different story, guys. Some of you guys that have done this solo, complete different ball game. If you think I'm lying, go ahead and get 3 random agents and try this mission with 3 directives, 4 directives, and come back to me and tell me how fast you're running through it and what you're doing. So you're seeing me get with this blue screen. Nice accusation. Of course I'm doing that. You see Big Boy Chunga come in because he just cannot allow me to be, you know, using that, doing that like that. I'm doing too much damage. You see him coming in. So we're just kind of waiting here. I was telling Darkstar to kind of watch it with Planet Hack, because this guy, as soon as you do that, he's going to come in like that. And then I mess it up for myself there, guys. I blow myself up like an idiot using my mini grenade launcher. I was telling them, guys, let's run up the steps in case he comes up. But somehow that hit me. I wasn't expecting it to. If it would have went the way I was expecting it to go, I would have gotten this guy. I don't believe this guy would have hit me like that. And so we have some guys coming up the steps. I was seeing Darkstar kind of run in the corner here and there and do some different stuff, so I have to ask him eventually. I think Darkstar started falling asleep, actually, and that's definitely not something you want to do in a mission like this. You don't want to be falling asleep like that. It's not something you want to be doing. You want to be awake. And anybody that does that, I present them with the option that they can leave. There's no reason to be staying if you're like that. Thank you for your services thus far in the mission, but that's not going to get it done in the long run. So another thing, guys, another key thing, you know, I was saying earlier, be ready. Make sure you have your drink with you, your beverage with you next to you, your food, whatever it might be. Although you don't want to be indulging in that when you're trying to focus and play. That's more or less for breaks after getting past a certain section. You want to make sure you have sleep, guys. Because you can't do missions like this if you're tired or halfway tired, or that's not going to work. This is too rigorous of a mission, especially manning to how long this bastard is. It's too long to be tired and be sitting there like with a lot of tiredness and can't get it done, because that's just not going to work, guys. It's putting an entire team at a detriment. You're hurting your entire team at that point. You just don't want to do that. So I was just letting him know, hey, if you want to take a break or take a rest, at some point you can. But I don't know if he emphasized that to me exactly right now at this point. But as you guys shall see later on, he does emphasize that, and it's just, we shall see if he sticks around, guys. We shall see if he stays around. But nonetheless, guys, you want to make sure you get your sleep. You want to be playing this or doing this. Sleep is a lot, very, very much so important, guys. I could never do any of these missions that you see me doing without the proper amount of sleep, proper amount of dedication and focus. It's not going to happen. So you want to make sure you're thinking straight. When you're tired, you're not thinking straight. You're not thinking at the highest level you can think at. There's just so many detriments to being tired and trying a mission like this. So make sure you're not that agent either that's, gets tired playing a mission like this, because this is, like I said, this isn't a mission for everybody, guys. I'll be honest with you. Not everybody's cut out for this. They're just not. They're not from the same cloth as this. It is what it is. It just is what it is. It's that type of rigor. But I'm just saying that, guys, as to tell you all this stuff, as these agents are alive, just to let you know, don't do these things. I'm not saying he's the worst agent. That guy's been playing great thus far. It's just, you want to make sure you're awake and you make sure you're ready for the task. And I appreciate them at the point that they do say that they are tired and they reveal it, because some agents would BS about that and lie and mess it up for the entire team. You don't want to do that. See, it's saying secure the area, so we only have a certain amount left here, guys. So you saw this entire run right here, this entire area. We literally just utilized it and just literally fought from inside the building and used that as cover. You saw how that worked. Got a scared dog on the left. These dogs are so scary. They're so scary. They're always scared. So you're seeing us utilize that and work from that, from that area, from that section, and getting that done. So now you're seeing us right here. I saw my teammates more or less. We more or less can push inside, because these guys, we only got 2 guys left. We only got 2 guys left. We don't have really that many people left. So it's like I switch back to my assault drum, because I know that's the main gun that's going to get it done. The main skill, of course, that's going to get it done. There's no reason to have the hive. They're not pushing it on us. There's not clusters of enemies. That's more so where the hive stands out. It's not like in any other spot. So like whenever I'm right here, this is where we work. This is where we're working. So there's a cluster of enemies there. Anytime that there's a cluster of enemies there, I meant to say, is that's when you want to utilize the hive. If there's no cluster of enemies, you don't want to utilize the hive. You want to make sure that you have, unless you just want to have it. But for me, for instance, I'd rather have the assault drone. That works a lot better in that instance, like when you're trying to deal with anything like that. So we're totally going to focus more on that. As you guys are going to see us working here. And I guess my team was kind of just keeping the safer side, I guess, because we were kind of already used to fighting in here. But that guy did have special ammo, so it's like, I guess that's one of the things they were looking at. And maybe they didn't have a lot of the ammo for their main guns that they were expecting to have. So there is that. There is that. You're seeing these guys come back right here. So you're seeing this guy all the way right here on this side, this dog. We're taking this bastard out. He's more or less done. It's my blue screen just lighting the living hell out of him. And like I said, guys, voila. If you want to fight greatly from that room, that's where you want to stand. You want to stand all the way back. You want to stand in that room. You want to go where you can get great distance from the enemy and be able to pinpoint them and see exactly what they're doing. That's the best way to go about it. That's the absolute best way to go about it. You're seeing us take this guy out. We totally getting him out. And voila, guys, we got him out of there, and thus we are still on our way in this mission. Far from being done. Now, this next part is one of the hardest parts within this mission. So I was telling these guys in Legendary, and I'll also tell you guys here, you want to get every single ammo item you see on the ground, especially when you're not near any ammo box. Considering the next part we're coming to, if there is not that much more ammo on the ground in this situation, guys, you want to run back in the mission and open an ammo box and get some ammo, because this next part you're gonna need ammo as much as you can have to deal with what you have to deal with here, guys, because this is one of the most crucial parts of the mission, where if you don't utilize it well, it could be a wipe. This is like the most hardest part, in my honest opinion, of this mission, or the one we're going into. So I was telling them, implementing to them, or emphasizing to them rather, that we have to take advantage of being behind the subway and fighting from behind there. I was just letting them know the rigor of this part, that we got to do this right, or otherwise it's a guaranteed wipe. If we don't run this correctly, we can't sustain this. So everybody knew the level of rigor that we had, guys. But if you are enjoying it, hit that like. If you're enjoying it right now, we are in the premiere, Legendary Manning Zoo, 3 directives. What more can I say, guys? We're gonna keep this going. We're gonna keep this pushing. If you don't forget to hit that like. If you're just joining in now, we've got a lot more to go. And shall we get it done, guys? I guess time shall tell. But like I said, I show you these showcases to show you that you can get this done with random agents, and you're not going to see this on any other social media platform. If anybody else, you're not going to see them doing this with random agents, because it scales differently than solo. Solo is not the same, far from the same. When it's just solo, you can do a one-man hit build. It's hard to do a one-man hit build when you have a team of 4, especially with directives on legendary difficulty. One of my teammates confirmed that too. They're like, some of those solo one-shot builds don't even work when you're playing with agents, because it's scaled differently. The enemies are much more powerful. So as I'm telling you guys here right now, you're not going to find this on Twitch, YouTube. You're not going to find nobody else doing this with random agents. Like, life's a game, guys. Hit that like button. If you're enjoying the premiere, let's continue. Keep paying attention, because I have a lot more to show you guys and emphasize to you on exactly how to get this stuff done. I've only been doing it too often and too many times to count to not know. So what I was telling these guys is, if they had any type of weapon right here that they think would disrupt the enemy, to go ahead and try and utilize that and do that. But what I was telling Krusty right here is that you don't want to be sitting there. That's one spot you don't want to be sitting in when these guys come, because you're just toast. That's an easy kill for these guys. So he got the memo. He comes around to the subway and we start the fight. Now here's the annoying part as shit about this part, guys. Inside here, respectively, these fuckers have that, I guess the pulse or the jammer or whatever the fuck. So whenever I throw out my hive, it's not doing, in the beginning, guys, it's not doing what it should be doing. So it's like, that just makes it even more harder. That bastard ass medic put down a heal box. And so here the fight begins. And you know that that's never an easy feat when a medic puts down a heal box, because these fuckers just keep healing now. They just continuously keep healing, and it's like you can't do anything until you get that, I guess, you get that jammer out, or, you know, the jammer's been going for a while and it kind of stops negating your skills. But right now, guys, we got to kind of just go off of the grid, try and hit these guys. And while that, at the same exact time, we only have a certain amount of ammo that we can use. So when you put 2 and 2 together, you start realizing that, hey, we got to do something here. We got to really be efficient and structured, or we really got to work, because we don't even have the limited amount of ammo. There's no ammo box in here, except for where these guys are at over there, and that's impossible to get to. So it's like you got to just work with what you got, and hopefully you can get these guys out of here, hinder them enough in order to get the job done. So let's see how this goes, guys. Very crucial, important part. As a matter of fact, guys, I'll tell you right now, this is the most, if not the most important part of the mission right here. Getting this part done, because this part is never easy. When I'm playing this is always the part where I gotta really be focused. I'm not saying I wasn't in the other rooms, but it's like times 2 here, because anyhow you do anything wrong here, you get caught wrong, or they push up too much, that's just game. That's wipe. And after being in this for an hour 38 minutes, hour and a half, you totally don't want to do that, guys. That seems like just a complete waste of time, right? So what you want to do is just pay attention and respect to what I'm showing you here. Telling my team, stay behind the subway. You want to fight behind the subway. Use the subway as cover. You get injured. As you see me go down there, that bastard got me like with a snipe. You want to just go back behind to the left of the subway, get cover. That's the best thing. That's the best way I see to do it. You see the teammate go down here, Jenny Darkstar, and you just want to make sure that you're able to help your teammates up, that you guys are able to stay up. Most importantly, get them out. My main thing was trying to get this goddamn medic out, but as I'm telling you guys, considering they have heals and all that BS, like it's just another ball game. Then they're launching nades in here. This part can be very tough, guys. And I could say this one thing right now: a lot of teams that reach this area first will wipe at this part. It's just one of those things. It can happen. I don't want to say will, but it has a very, 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 very high chance of happening. if you just don't know how to run it or how to maneuver it, and how to keep your patience and just know how to where to go, what to look at and what to do. I believe Jenny Darkstar and Krusty might be working on that, getting that jammer pulse out. I'm not sure, which is why they're down there. They're probably trying to eye that and get it out, which is a good thing. You want your teammates to be able to do that and be pinpointing that. But for the most part, you want to be watching. See, I'm getting this bastard medic. His life's going on. What does he do? He'll run right back over there, get his life back up, and come back. So it's like, that's the annoyingness we have to deal with at this part. As you see me, I switched to my Autobotos. You start seeing our ammo's getting lower. Whatever so shall we do, guys. Whatever so shall we do. You're seeing us watch here. The main key thing you want to do is just keep composure. You don't want to ever stop, not have composure. You want to keep your composure on it. That's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you just, you're pinpointing, you're watching what you got to watch. You're just keeping these guys honest. You're not just standing there not shooting them. You want to be shooting them. You want to be paying attention. That's one of the main parts of it all. All right, so you're seeing us here now. So you're seeing that bastard ass the heal box. I was trying to look at that because you want to get that out of there. That's what's really keeping these guys up. You see me hurl another grenade out there, This is what's keeping these guys up. So if we can totally just get that out of there, that's where this that's where we can get like a lot of a lot of leeway and just allow ourselves to be able to hit these guys. So they're hitting me through. You gotta watch these holes. See the pulse at the bottom of the subway? Remember how I was telling you these bastards had needle and thread aim earlier? You want to watch yourself there if you don't have a shield or anything, because they'll hit your legs or they'll hit whatever the hell they can hit. Okay, so those bastards hit me, and then of course we got the big boy Chungas coming in now. I believe. I don't even know how the hell they got me there. I was like, how'd they get me from right there, man? I mean, they did get me from between it, but I was like, since when did they hit me again? Did any of those guys hit me and get like a one-shot down off of just a normal hit? Probably was one of those bastards with the special ammo, as I said. And as I'll emphasize again, guys, the special ammo is the only fucking thing why this makes this mission with 3 directives so hard. At least for the way I'm geared and the way I run. That's the only thing that just changes everything up. But there'll be no excuses, of course. We'll still get the job done. That's my goal. So you see me run a little closer here. I'm trying to get like a little more closer look. You want to be very careful if you do something like that. And this bastard game let you dodge. It's funny in this goddamn game how it always lets you get cover when you don't want to. But when you want to get cover sometimes, it won't let you get cover. It'll claim you didn't get cover. So it's like this shit just working against me at times. It's crazy. But nonetheless, we got that out there. We got the Stinger Hive out there. It's probably still being fucking jam pulsed. But key thing is you just want to keep watch on it. That's what you want to do. You want to keep watch on it. You want to make sure that that it's at least getting that done. You're seeing my Stinger Hive go down now, so it's starting to do its job a little bit more. And as you see that happening, you're starting to see me start to be able to start to see us get a little more leeway on these bastards now, as far as hurting them. So I'll switch to the blue screen here. Bastard still hits me. Insane.
Serious trauma detected.
So you see me here utilizing my final heal.
System reactivated.
So I'm looking at Darkstar here. I'm seeing him sit there. I'm saying he's just got to make sure he's awake. That's what I meant. He was like sleeping almost, and I don't know how this dude is sleeping at a part like this. But if you're up that long, guys, do not be that agent that's in a group that's falling asleep. Do not be that agent. You do not want to be doing that because that is not a good look for you. It's not a good reputation for you to have. You want to make sure you're up if you're doing a mission like this. You just don't want to be sleeping. I don't know where this guy was or what time of day it was for him or how long he was playing the game for. But if you know you're in a mission like this, guys, you gotta make sure you're ready. So you see me checking right here, and I realized that my goddamn hive had to regenerate all the way for me to get my assault drone there. So I couldn't just equip my assault drone right off the bat. So here we are battling right now. Here we are totally battling. I'm just trying to pick my spot and get like a good enough spot without these guys seeing me. Now, I don't believe the Chunga came in even yet. don't believe any of them came out yet, quite yet. So we're still battling at a point where these chuggas still haven't came out.
System curtailed.
So we're getting heals here. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Jenny Darkstar is the one that's healing.
System restored.
So that's good. They got to be awake, especially as a healer. You got to be paying attention, be awake, be watching everything, and just paying attention. I don't even know how the hell they got me there. I peeked out for like a second there, as you guys saw. Somehow they still pinpointed. So what the fuck? I don't know how that happens, but hey guys, it happens. You want to keep your composure. Key thing here is you want to just, you see how I'm not giving up. Keep throwing my hive. See, if my hive could operate the way I wanted it to, this wouldn't be taking as long as it is. But because these bastards have a jammer, it's just it's messing up my hive. But it is still keeping them honest, because the fact my hive's up there, they're still not pushing in, because they're still afraid of it to that degree.
System
That
disrupted.
fucking medic is okay. So we got him out of there. We at least finally got him out. Don't want to have any of these goddamn medics here, because the longer they're here, the worse it's going to be. They're going to put another box down. They're going to heal people. When you're seeing Darkstar down there say, you'll fight NPC, I fight myself. And I was saying, dude, you can't be fighting yourself to stay awake. I was letting him know right here, Darkstar, at this point. I was saying, you can go after this. Just help us with this section, because if you're falling asleep, sir, I was telling him that's definitely 100% not going to get it done. You're going to have to he's going to have to leave. I'm going to have to find somebody else, which is not a problem. I thanked him for his time. And I was just saying, if you can't wake up, then you're just going to have to leave, because we still have quite a ways to go of this mission still. And if you're falling asleep right here, you're most likely probably not going to get through the mission unless you do something to wake yourself up or whatnot. So you just don't want to be doing that, guys. You want to just be watching and always be aware and watching and whatnot. So on that note, we get back into it. These guys are still attacking us heavily, but just allow you guys to see how we're working here while we're in here. You see me trying to pinpoint that damn... There's another medic out there healing somebody else, and I'm trying to pinpoint that box, that health box, to ensure that these guys can't just, they can't just come in like that. Or be healed up like that. These guys were saying voting to remove Darkstar. I think my teammates were voting to remove him, because he was saying how he was tired, and I was like, you know what, guys? That's not the smartest thing to do, considering we don't know if we're going to get another teammate in here right now. We're right in the middle of a battle. He's healing. I don't think that's smart, I was telling him. So I was like, what we need to do is just work with him. I was telling Darkstar, if you can work with us, I highly appreciate your work. If you can just work with us right here, you can leave after we get past this part. Do we get past this area? That's what I told him. I was telling the other two guys, I was like, it's not smart to kick this guy, considering that we're in the middle of a key fight right now. Now, we don't know if we're going to get out of. We're in the middle of a battle, and it's like that just wouldn't make sense to do that, because at that point, it already started, and when it starts, it was already 4-man. It knew it was a 4-man team. So what's going to happen is it's going to be a 4-man AI versus a 3-man on 3 directive legendary. You don't want that going on. So my thing was, we keep him, and this is a learning lesson to anybody watching here. We keep him. And then what happens is, once we're done with this, if he wants to leave, we thank him for his service, and then we can drop them off. They can leave as long as they stay awake. If he was sleeping right now, I'm talking about being stationary, idle, not moving. That's a difference. Then you have no choice but to kick him. But if they're moving around and they're doing what they got to do and whatnot, they're at least trying to move. They're trying to stay awake. You keep him there. He's got us all the way. He's helped us get all the way to here. Let's just keep doing what we got to do. And then once he decides, and once we're done with this, we can decide to let him go and let him get his sleep or his rest if he needs to get his rest. It's not smart to kick somebody midway through a mission. I know there's bastard agents that will just leave sometimes thinking it harms me. There's been agents that tried to be salty at me and they left mid-fight. I still beat the mission. I still beat the area. It's just, that's a face palm. I take those names down, and I'm like, yeah, I report them. Not to the devs, I report them to people that are watching and say, this guy, this is his name, I'll give him the full name. And be like, just watch it, be wary with this guy, because he's somebody that'll just leave you hanging right mid-mission, and you do not want to be an agent like that, especially in the PC community where it's very it's tight-knit. You seriously don't want to be an agent like that that does bullcrap like that, because if you do that, you're going to be shunned from a lot of teams. And by the way, guys, there are agents I pointed out like that people have said, they find it hard to join a group because a lot of people don't want them on the team. because they've seen me say that, or I'll join a team with them on there and be like, nah, I'm not going to be on here. This guy's running because he's done this. And then they'll allow them to kick him, and then I'll be on the team, and they'll keep me, and we'll go through and win. So I highly implore you guys not to be that agent that just drops out of a team. That's the worst type. And think that no one's going to report you, no one's going to know about you. That's going to be a reputation you have. And there's a lot of teams that are worth anything won't want to even run with you. They don't trust you. So just don't be that agent, guys. Always be able to stick it around with your team. Always be able to, even if you're tired, whatever it is. If you have something you got to do and it's an emergency, I get it. Let the chat know at least, or whisper to the leader after you leave, hey, there was an emergency, man, I had to go. Because that's happened to me before. There's agents that have done that, and I have no problem with that. But when you just leave mid-match and you don't say anything, that doesn't fly. That's not the best tactic. That's not something you want to do. You do that, it's gonna be hard for you to find teammates, guys. I don't know how else more to say that. It's gonna be hard for you guys to find teammates and do what you respectively got to do. So you see me sitting here trying to figure out what the hell am I gonna use. I'm out of ammo for like everything, so I'm like, okay, let me see. So Dr. Homa shall be. I like the aim. I like the aim on this. It has good aim. I was saying, hey, it had like decent damage at 600k right there after I hit him. So I was like, you know what? It does have a shield. Let's go ahead and respectively utilize this. And let's see what we're getting ourselves into here.
System activated.
And that's one thing about this section, guys. As I said, you run out of ammo. And as I told you already, whenever that happens, that makes the whole ordeal that much more harder, that much more that much more of a rigor to get done. As you're seeing, respectively got through, guys. So like I said, this part, I have to give my teammates respectively a round of applause here, because this part is never an easy area to get done. That's a never easy spot to do. You have to know what you're doing, and you have to stay on it and be on it. And we were doing that. We got that done. So my key thing right here, guys, I was telling Black Star or Dark Star that, hey, he can go ahead and leave. Go get his rest. Thank you for the service. Thank you for the help. But if you want to leave, I was telling these guys, don't open the door. Feel free. We'll just have to find another agent. And then he was saying out here, he's saying, no, I will continue. So I'm like, okay, hold on. You will continue, but I'll be like, if you're continuing, man, there can't be no more falling asleep. Because if that happens, I was telling him it's going to have to be a kick. If I see you just standing there and you're sleeping again, you can't be doing that. I'm giving you a chance to just say, hey, I appreciate your work. If you need to leave, just leave right now. That helps us out to ensure we have a fourth teammate and we're ready to go. If you say yes, you're ready to go, and you start falling asleep, I'm like, that's not going to be good. I would love to have you around, I was telling him, but I'm like, I just don't want you falling asleep telling me you can play. Because at that point, I was telling him, you're hurting the entire team doing that. So just really think on it. And then he was saying, okay, I guess he was ready. And he's just saying, just let me know by talking. But I'm always talking in my mic, so it's like, hopefully he stays awake. But it's just, I was telling him, hey, just please don't do that, because if that happens, it's just gonna have to be a kick like mid match, and we'll have to find somebody else. So we're gonna see how this goes. Guys. I don't want to spoil anything or ruin it, but we're gonna see how it goes. And like I said, some agents sometimes, like I said, they're able to wake back up, get back into things. Sometimes not all the time, if they say this. But my key thing is I gave them a shot. I gave them a chance to leave. If they wanted to leave, this was their chance to just log out and be gone. He just said, just call my name and I will awake. I totally wasn't cool with that. I was like, no, man, that can't happen. You got to be awake. If you're falling asleep, I said, once again, just leave. Don't put the whole entire team in jeopardy, like by doing something like that. And you're just not awake. Like, if you need to get your sleep, I was like, sleep is important. You need to have your sleep. You can't do a mission like this, like, tired. So he said he can hold himself here. So we're going to see, guys. We're going to go into it. And then, like I said, I'm going to see what happens here. I won't ruin anything or, kind of talk too early. This is why it's a premiere. That's why you guys are watching it along with me here. So, like I said, we're going to see what goes on here. But like I said, he was a good, solid agent. So I would assume that he's going to get it back together. I would like for him to. It's very unfortunate if they're not able to. But I would love for him to be able to get it together. But like I said, guys, if you guys are in these shoes right here and you're tired or whatever, and somebody tells you, hey, they're giving you a chance to leave, don't stay if you know you can't. But on that note, guys, please hit that like button if you're enjoying this premiere. What more can I say? Legendary Manning Zoo 3 Directives. We're going to keep pushing this thing forward, guys. Keep paying attention. I'm going to show you guys what more you need to be shown. And just keep watching, guys, because this is not a normal feat. You're not going to see this on any other social media channel. Only Life's a Game, guys, when it comes to random agents and legendary missions with directives, as I always say. So here we are on this next part, getting into this next section. My key thing was this. You want to fight from this gate right here. You don't want to rush in. We're approximately nearly 2 hours in. It's crazy, guys, but this is one of those missions. And the team, like I said, it depends on the experience and all that. And I know these guys haven't ran this mission with directives, at least. Probably some of them probably never ran it without directives. I'm not even sure. Sometimes I'll just go with some agents where people think, you know, it's impossible. You can't do it, but you can, as long as everybody's on the same page and they're listening. Guys, I have too much knowledge and skill to not know how to maneuver a team through this type of content one time being. So you see me going out here. I'm getting my Stinger Hive on. Definitely need to have that. I'm waiting for this goddamn assault drone to hurry up and replenish so I can get my Stinger Hive out, get that shit in there, because I'm going to need that. This isn't the part where the enemies will be pushing and rushing, so this is what we're going to need right here. We're going to need the Stinger Hive. So you see this big old chunga, big Pillsbury Doughboy right here. You want to make sure you get him out. You don't let him get any leeway or get any weight anywhere inside where you're at. It just makes all sorts of problems. And the key thing you want to do is fight from here, because there's other areas, don't get me wrong, to cover. There's various trees, various poles around that you can get cover behind, but those do not satisfy the whole complete shield of being guarded by this gate where bombs and all that stuff can't bombard you. You go behind any of those other structures out there, the bombs definitely can get to you. So that's just one thing you don't want. So you're seeing here, you're seeing us keep patient, distant, focus, guys. PDF, you always want to keep that going. Totally always want to keep that going. You never want to let up on that. You want to just keep watch. Because the moment you don't keep watch, that's the moment these guys start pushing in on you. So you just want to always be paying attention. Cannot emphasize that enough. You want to be watching, and you just most importantly want to stay within the gate. One thing I did realize though, guys, that I did forget kind of starting out this mission, starting out this area of the mission, is that you can shoot from where this gate's at. You see all these holes in this. You can pinpoint a lot of enemies out in this gate, and I think that's what Genie Darkstar actually was doing. On the right side, I think he was pinpointing a lot of people from the outside of that gate, which is really nice because you can hit them. And this is one of the rare key times, actually, guys, because usually it's legendary bastard ass enemies that can literally like shoot through the gate, and you can't really do that often, or like a glass window or something. But this is one of the parts where you can actually shoot at them through there, and they actually don't shoot at you. I'm not saying they can't shoot at you through there. They just, for whatever reason, the devs program them, they don't do it. They try and come through this door, swarm you, and shoot from here. So I'd say take advantage of that highly and put some damage on them through this gate. And shoot them like highly, and just, you know, try and take as many of them out as you can through this gate area if you're able to. It's one of the key spots to be. They're going to be sending bastard ass drones in, so you got to watch for these drones when they send them in, because even though you're shooting at the gate, they'll fly from that door all the way over to where you're at. So there is that. So you just want to make sure that you're just paying attention. Honestly, just paying attention, watching what you need to watch, and being on your toes as much as you can be. Okay, so you see me switching back here to the assault drone, because some of these guys are out here. I'm kind of trying to keep away, although I honestly would say to kind of stick with the Stinger Hive, to be honest here. I did switch to this assault drone, I do realize, but I was actually kind of thinking I should have stuck with the Stinger Hive, because if I had just thrown that out there, I would have most likely got this guy already and anybody surrounding. And at the same time, it just keeps these guys at bay from getting in or pushing towards us, if that makes sense. The Stinger Hive is good to get somebody that's hiding in a distance and all that, but or sometimes to stop some of these drones that are coming in, respectively at times. But the thing is, I just feel the Stinger Hive works a little better, like in this area, to be honest with you. See, my drone was just eliminated there, so I did switch to this drone, but I am highly, I'm telling you that I do consider switching back to the Stinger Hive, because that's just a better, that's a better thing in my honest opinion to use. However, these guys are kind of at a distance, so I guess it makes sense in a way, like to use that. But as you guys are seeing here, respectively, I do switch back to the Stinger Hive. I just feel like that would make more sense. And these drones could be hella fucking annoying, considering at times they're not even near me sometimes, and they, you know, they could still hit you when they explode, and they're not even that much near you. So that can be very annoying. You see me getting this bastard. I thought that was gonna get me. You see me roll there, but the gate was there and blocked it. That's what I mean. This place offers so much on cover. That's what you want. You see big boy Chunga there on the left. Tell these guys want to get this big boy out of here. I probably should have started shooting from the gate in order to be able to hit him, but I obviously did not do that. So he was able to still walk along the side on the right, more or less hugging the gate. And they have these fucking drones coming in on me, guys. These drones are so goddamn annoying. So you see me blast there with my grenade launcher. I get one of them. Got somebody there. But that Chunga's still there, and it's like it's life replenished. So I was telling these guys, hey, we got to focus in on this Chunga. Make sure we get this guy, because we just don't want him being able to be out there for too long and able to establish himself and just make it a lot harder for us, you know? That's something that you just don't want. So you're seeing us here battling. And one of the key things you want to keep your eye on here, guys, you want to keep your eye on the drones here. Anytime that you see any drones coming in, you want to make sure you're keeping your eye on them. You want to make sure that you're just watching them, because these guys, these bastards, they'll come around the corner fast, and they'll tag you quick, and that could get your team down fast or cause all sorts of BS problems, and you don't. That's just what you do not want on this difficulty level, guys. It's already hard enough with the 3 directives. You don't want to be sitting there battling, bombarding drones and not paying attention, and then they're bringing you down, and at the same time the enemy's pushing. And one team member's death could lead to the next, while the other guys trying to revive him, and so on and so forth. That's how wipes happen. So just telling you guys just to be privy to that. You want to be privy to that. So you're seeing us here. Just keep your patient, distant focus, working it, guys. So this is all you can ask for to do. So all I can ask my team to do, respectively, is just work it, patient, distant, and focused. As long as we're doing that, guys, we got as good as chances as any. Especially with me here on the team, guys, I got best chance as any of getting this thing done. So you're seeing these goddamn drones. They're just not letting up on them. You see you're spamming the fuck out of them, and that's usually one of the reasons why I had my assault drone, to stop shit like this from happening, because these bastards will be cheap as fuck. They'll just hide behind a rock and just keep spamming drones like there's no tomorrow. They just continuously keep doing it.
Medical assistance needed.
And that's something you don't want to be caught up in. You totally do not want to be caught up in it. It is something you can be caught up in. And most often people are caught up in it. So it's like, there's another one, there it goes, hits me there. So it's like, god darn it, god damn it. So I'll say, guys, we gotta watch these fucking drones and just ensure that they're not coming in like that and just hitting us like that, which is what prompts me again to switch back to my assault turret, guys, and my assault drone. And it's like I'm just playing hopscotch with the assault drone and the hive. I'm switching back and forth. I'm just playing tag team with them. That's how annoying this section right here is. Not the hardest section at all. You just got to be a little patient in this section. Definitely not the hardest. See me kind of trying to launch my... Okay, and they hit me there. I got die so fast I'm still standing. They sent 2 drones. So like I was trying to hit them with my my grenade launcher, but them fucking bastards just launched the drones, guys. So as I'm telling you, you'll want to keep back on them. I was getting a little impatient there, but that's what you don't want to do. What you saw me there do is that's exactly what you don't want to do. You just want to be watching it and just kind of keeping back. I should have more or less been shooting through the goddamn gate. It took me some time to remember, guys. Like I said, Division 2, sometimes there's been some time since I played Legendary Manning. So there's some things I started to remember as I was playing. I think shoot through the gate at one of these points is one of them, although you still haven't seen me do it. At a certain point, I just remember it. So you're seeing right here, Planet Hacker goes down. And as you're seeing, Jenny Darkstar is actually awake now. It seems that they woke him back up, and they're playing, because they couldn't be sleeping here. So they're woken up, guys. They're playing, so kudos to him. If you guys are watching. As a matter of fact, any one of you agents that are watching this, Jenny Darkstar, Planet Hack, Krusty, highly appreciate the run. It's never any easy feat to reach the ending of this mission. Like I said, highly appreciate you guys running. And like I said, for my audience here at least, I won't reveal it thus far, but if we do reach the ending of it, whether we reach the ending of it or not, highly appreciate the help and everything that you guys did. So you see us here. See the drones coming in. These fuckers just don't let off the drones, as you guys are seeing. They just totally do not let off the drones, guys. It doesn't matter what I do, they just don't. Like, we're sitting here attacking these fuckers day and night. They just continuously do that, and now we're being bombarded with nades. Can it get any worse? I mean, seriously, can it get any worse? Let's see. Let's keep delving in. Let's keep delving in with it. So you're seeing them. These drones, they just don't stop, guys. It's non-stop.
Serious trauma detected.
It's crazy. It's like wind on a windy day, guys. It just keeps pushing and doesn't stop. You always got to have something for that. So you see me switch back here to the hive. I'm literally playing tag team with these. I'm playing like ping pong with them. I just keep going back and forth with them. Depending on what I feel I need, depending on what the situation is going on. You see me try to throw my hive there. That fucker's there waiting for me, and it's like I don't even have time to dodge or move because I did the throw motion, and I'm dead. And what I'm telling my teammates here is that, okay, somebody come pick me up. If anybody comes pick me up, if they're able to, I'm not going to be dying at all much anymore. I got to clean it up myself. I was telling my team, I apologize here. I got to start cleaning it up because I'm getting hit with too many bullshit things that I shouldn't be being hit by. Me having not ran this mission, there's no excuse for that. It's just the way I'm running and having to know what you're doing and how to move. So I got this little bastard here, this little fucking coward, standing in the corner. And then here's another wave coming up. So I was just telling him, all we got to do is just keep patient. We'll be 100% fine. I told him we're doing good. We're doing great thus far. We're dealing with it. We're taking care of business. We're doing what we got to do. So you see us coming in here. We're keeping back, guys. Notice every one of these rooms, and none of us are running inside the room to try and do battle with these guys, because that's just suicide. Depending on what team you're using and what you have. Like I said, if you're playing with Discord, clan agents, friends. You could literally most likely have builds to complement each other and everything. That's a lot different depending on your skill set and whatnot. But if you're playing with random agents, guys, a lot of those guys that are with clanmates and Discord agents couldn't do that with randoms because it's different. So the randoms might not be as geared or whatever it is. But my talent level, guys, I know I can get them through as long as they listen. We can definitely get this thing done, as we've always done respectively in the past. And we're doing so right now in the present. So it's like I'm just trying to show you guys this is the main presentation that we can get this done. Hopefully you drove the premiere. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that premiere. Hit that like. We're 2 hours 7 minutes in, guys. I didn't think I'd be on here right now for this long, but what more can I say? This is what these missions entail, guys. It's a rigor. It's not the main zoos and just a cakewalk with directives on Legendary. Like I said, guys, I've been saying this an entire run here. If this was a cakewalk, you'd have seen all those big time creators you guys watch for this game. That run stuff with their clanmates and teammates. You would have seen them do this with randoms a long time ago. If this was something that was just easy and you could get it done, and they wanted to like kind of flex their skill, but they can't do it, guys. I've had some tell me try and do it. It's hard, and I'm like, yep. You gotta know what you're doing. I'm not saying it to boast or nothing. It's just I'm being real. Real recognizes real, guys. What more can I say? If you have talent, unapologetically me, and that's what I'll continue to be, guys. And I just want to be able to show you guys too that you can also do the same thing. It's not just for me to say, oh, I can do this. Look at me. It's saying, look at me do this, so that you can also replicate the same thing I'm doing. That's my key thing. Nothing brings me more joy than seeing agents replicate what I'm doing, based off of them hearing what I told them and implementing it. And actually getting success in it, whether it be a mission with legendary, with directives on legendary, or without directives, guys. Because there's agents that have gotten through legendary for the first time listening to what I'm saying, and it wasn't with directives, but that doesn't matter. I'm not expecting anybody of you guys. I'm not expecting anybody here watching this to put this shit on this and go through this, because most people say this is just hell. People say, why are you trying to bring yourself hell? You know, we already have enough hell on Earth. But it's like, hey, this is something oddly that I actually do take pride in and at times enjoy doing. It's not the easiest thing, and that's just what makes it more competitive and enjoyable doing, knowing that it's not the easiest thing, but if it's conducted and done in the right way, it can be done. It's like if you guys ever tried task before, that's very hard, but you realize that once you have to put effort in and you have to put that time in to do it and you finally accomplish it, the feeling you have is just unmatched. It's unexplainable. Like the proud feeling you have, the happiness you have, just the confidence you have moving forward now that you could do something like that and get it done. It just shows you what else, the sky's the limit. What else can you do? So that's just the way I feel, guys, and I want like a lot of other agents also to feel that way and get some content done, whether it's even heroic, guys. It doesn't have to be legendary, whatever it is, because whoever's watching this right now, maybe the highest level you do is challenging. I don't know what it is you play on mostly what the highest level is. All I know is that the processes I'm telling you, patience, distance, focus, everything I'm respectively telling you, I know for a fact that if you implement that, it doesn't matter what mode you're playing on, and how challenging it is for you, you're going to be able to get around it and over it and potentially start to increase your difficulty level because you know how the game works and how to play it. There's such thing as mechanics, the same way the legendary, not well, I wouldn't say legendary, but the same way the raids introduce certain mechanics. There's certain ways you have to play it, and some people find that hard, but once they get the mechanics, a lot of them tell me, of the raids, they're like, oh, yeah, it's actually not nowhere near as hard as it used to be, or it's not as hard as I was thinking it was. I'm like, yeah, it's just the mechanics, but before you get them, it can seem like some of the hardest shit ever in the world. It could be like, who the hell does this? Looks like nerd brain sits here and does this stuff. But once you realize it and you get it and you see how it is, you realize it doesn't really take that much, like crazy know-how or like skill to be able to do some of that stuff. You just get it. It's like the same thing with legendary here. So you guys are probably looking at me seeing, how the hell is he standing out there like that, not being shot at? Every time I play legendary, I get downed in like 2 seconds. I've heard the whole shenanigans, guys. Believe me. And I'm like, as I respectfully give my team a round of applause, GG's, guys. The reason how I'm able to do that, guys, because I know the enemies. I played it long enough to know when you have time to peek out, when you have time to move, when you shouldn't, when you're going to be bombarded with grenades, when someone's pushing on you, it's not the best time to do it. There's too many enemies in your pathway. They're going to deplete your shield fast. That's not smart to do that. You have to know all those things, and the only way you learn those things is by playing this over and 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 over again. That's the only time. So by implementing that, guys, and doing that and implementing it like that, that's literally like the main like way you can get it done. Like that's the only way like you start realizing and understanding and getting how to move and whatnot. It's not just gonna come overnight, guys. I say it all the time. Some people try and watch my videos sometimes and they think just by watching me one time or just a few times it's gonna just come in like that. I'm like, no, that's not how it's gonna go. It's not gonna you're not just gonna learn it like that, guys. It takes time. You'll learn like a lot if you listen and all that, like I say, but it's about also not about just listening, guys, but it's also about implementing, putting it into practice, doing what you see me do. And I'm not saying I do it flawless all the time, because there's times I make mistakes. There's times if I haven't been playing where things happen. I'm only human, you know. You guys are seeing here. They let me dodge there. That was such BS right there, as you guys saw. I didn't press to do that. I pressed to jump again. And that's another thing how I say this bullshit game, it always does that. It'll let me dodge or get cover when I don't want to. So if I didn't want to dodge, it would have let me dodge. If I wanted to get cover, if I wanted to get cover, it would have let me dodge. If I wanted to dodge, it would have let me get cover. It's always like the opposite this shit does. I don't know why it does that. It always ends up doing that, though. I just find that very funny every time I see it happen. But nonetheless, it's not going to stop me from winning. The bastard will try all it can try, but that's not going to stop us from being successful, guys. This game does a lot of trippy stuff, as you shall see, respectively, at the closing of this video, this stream, this premiere, guys. You guys just saw see. It's a very interesting close. So, what more can I say? Stay tuned. So you see us right here. Now you see this guy's sneaking up a little bit. Just much. They're kind of slowly making their way here. I have my hive, and I was like, let me go ahead and get rid of that, throw it there. So that big old chunk is coming up, and we don't want him being able to push, get inside, get too close, get close on our end, to the point we weren't able to, get to him and see him. And be able to take him out. We want to make sure that he's not comfortable walking in and just able to kill. So you're seeing Planet Hat go down there. That's a tough spot to go down. He's like right here. This bastard chunk goes right here. He's like right there. So I'm sitting here trying to shoot him. I should have backed up already from there. It took a little longer. I don't even know what the fuck that was that hit me there. Was that a bomb or a drone? There's always some random shit, dude, all the time. That just comes like out of nowhere and like just, I don't know. Could have sworn I didn't see that coming. I was like, where the hell did that come from? So you're seeing I'm trying to kind of back it up because I know he's coming. I'm telling my team, just kind of back it up. This bastard's pushing in, but then I guess he stops. Once we get like a certain way, he's trying to kind of hide. That's what these big boys like to do. They like to hide a lot and then like just come right back out again when they think you're not there, or they think you're not aware that they're there. So I was telling him this bastard's right here hiding. So he comes, kicks my goddamn drone out. You see how he has laser vision on me? He's not looking at any one of these guys hardly, if ever, until I get covered. So that makes sense. I mean, I'm not surprised by that. Just do our part to take this fucking bastard out. He goes down. So that's what you want to do, guys. That's us practicing patience, distance, focus, fighting off our back foot. Anytime these bastards get close and start getting cocky and thinking that, hey, we can just come in, we can just push in, that's what you want to do. You want to just go back. There's no reason to stand the line, hold the line, like they say oftentimes in war and all that. You got to sit there. No, you don't. You got to fight guerrilla warfare. You got to be smart. Go back, use your surroundings, and fight these guys in a smart fashion, in a way that mostly benefits your team rather than detriments. And the DPS we had, guys, like I said, a lot of times we can't just stand in front of a lot of these guys' faces like that. It's not the best thing to do. Which is one of the reasons I was thinking towards the ending of this mission, do we get there, that was going to be an issue in the final room. So I was like, hey, these guys are going to be close-knit, and we're going to have to take these guys out fast, depending. And if we can't do that, that's where the whole problem lay, guys. That's where, respectively, the entire problem lay. So this part, you want to keep near this gate. You don't really want to be pushing in. We're supposed to, well, honestly, you're supposed to be around this area, this spot. You should be around this spot, but like sometimes a lot of these guys just run off. They go like their own way. You know, they don't do what they're supposed to be doing. So it's like what happens is you end up wiping or whatnot if you push up too much. So what you want to do is you want to keep within. You want to keep within this area, and you don't want to be pushing too often or just running in when you're not supposed to be running in. You know. You want to stay near this gate. This is the best spot right here. The gate gives you cover. And you want to just take them out one by one, pick them off, watch for them, and watch for the enemy's area and everything, and just get it done that way. What you're seeing us here do, I was telling them, you just want to be really watching and keeping near, just keeping near the gate. Okay, so you see us here, you see these bastards launching drones. Okay, see me going back there. Not sure what I saw there. I think there might have been another Chunga on the way, another big bastard on the way. Yes, there was. Is there? No, that looks like an enemy. Can't quite remember, guys, if I saw there, but I did kind of take a little few steps back, normally than what I would have, viewing it now. But, okay, so yeah, there it is. There's the bastard droners right there behind the thing, the purple one. I keep sending these goddamn drones in here, man. They're just trying to really swarm us with these bastard ass drones. And that's why I say, guys, usually make sure you have like a I'll usually have like a assault drone type, you know, thing going on here, but I just kept this Stinger Hive just in case these guys ran up. So I knew there's gonna be enforcements, and I know sometimes these guys rush, and on top of that, they have fucking special ammo. You don't want 2 or 3 of those guys in front of you at once. Just wouldn't be good. So that's why I had that mostly. But as you're seeing, I'm getting hit with a lot of stuff here. Like I said, I know I haven't played Legendary Manning in quite some time. I think I'm a little slow off the movement from what I'm seeing there. So I do say, because these bastards have these drones and all this BS, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get my assault drone out. Let me go ahead and use this. Let's try and utilize this in this way, because the way these guys are doing this shit, it's just getting very annoying with all these drones. They just keep hacking up, sending up, spamming up. That's never something that you want. It's normal. We see that bastard medic drone. You want to get that out of there. You don't want that sitting there, staying there. You want to make sure you totally get that out. You see them still coming with the drones. They're coming in with the bastard little bombs. So I was saying, watch the bombs, guys. These guys are being little biatches with the bombing. They're hacking like hell, like spamming like hell the bombs. And the drones. So like that's when legendary enemies are usually afraid, when they start really spamming bombs and drones. That's like their last ditch effort, when they know you more or less got them in the bag. So this dog's coming here. I'm kind of starting to put my eyebrow up, raise my eyebrow a little bit. So I'm like, usually these bastards will go in an area like this when they're trying to take We're trying to take attention away from something else that's on its way. So I'm wondering if there's another chunga or something else coming around that corner or whatever, because that's usually when these bastards will do that and push up like that and try and get your attention in a certain area so you're not watching a certain spot.
System back online.
You're seeing they're really here trying to really push in on us now. See my assault drone took out something there. I'm just trying to get away because I feel these bastards are just pinpointing me. You see this guy's right here. See, he's taking out this mud. So make sure you get these goddamn robot dogs out. You don't want them all over the damn place. We're trying to draw our attention away from the area over there so enemies can come up behind us. That bastard is trying to flank. You don't want that. So you see us keeping near here. See us keeping near here. We're watching the area. We're watching the sides, ensuring that, you know, nothing is around where it shouldn't be. And just making sure no enemies are pushing in and whatnot. They're still trying to do that little bastard drone spam. I implore you guys, always watch for the drone spam because that shit can be very hectic. It can cause wipes, it can cause a lot of discomfort, it can cause a lot of team disorientation. You don't want that. That's always something you don't want. You want to make sure that you're just with it. So you're seeing us here, take these bastards out. You see them trying to push. No bueno, they're not going to do that. Definitely no way they're going to get through with any of that garbage. So you want to make sure you get them out. Any of these rushers out so they don't come in causing any issues. You see this guy down here. I sent my drone after that bastard. I got him. You want to get these damn medic drones or whatever. Any goddamn medic you see, guys. Doesn't change. I usually always say that in Legendary. You want to make sure the medic is first priority on the list to get the hell out of here. And you see us getting them out. So yeah, this shit can take some time, guys. I'm not gonna lie about it. You guys are watching this. We're 2 hours 21 minutes in. This thing can take some time. Take time to get this shit done. But the thing is, you just have to be. This mission's more about endurance. This Manning Zoo shit, because it takes so long to get through. It's rigorous and it takes long. It's like a long haul. So it's like you obviously just want to make sure that you're just composed all throughout. You don't want to ever lose your focus, because I see a lot of teams play these type of missions. They lose their focus and then they'll lose a match. They'll wipe and then get frustrated. I'm like, it's because you guys lost your focus. You want to keep your focus. You have to keep your focus throughout this entire mission. You never want to let up, because the moment you let up, that's exactly when these fools come up on you. And they start getting you. So you just want to make sure you're on top of that. You're knowing what you got to do. You're keeping it close to what you got to do. You're realizing what you got to do. And you're keeping your composure. That's what I mean when I say keep your composure, guys. I know you guys hear me saying a lot of shit, but I'm not just talking when I'm saying these things. I'm saying them because I want whoever the hell is watching me to grasp what I'm saying and understand, overstand, and understand what the hell I'm talking about and what I'm saying. Because if you don't, that's where the problem's going to come in, and you're going to wonder, why am I wiping on this mission? Why is this happening? Because you just lost your composure for that quick second. You should have took that enemy out faster than you did. You guys took too long. You weren't really paying attention, and then that allowed that other enemy to kind of flanking on you without you guys noticing. Yada yada, so on and so forth, leads to the wipe. So that's the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying, or saying out I'm saying it, guys. It's no easy feat, guys. Legendary 3 Directive Manning Zoo. No easy feat. Nonetheless, guys, life's a game. You know where to go. You're on the only channel that's going to get this done with randoms. So hit that like button if you're enjoying it, and we continue on, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying the premiere. I love to bring this to you by giving me the likes. You show that you appreciate it. And what more can I say? We're going to continue going. Highly appreciate all the agents that were with me. Jenny Darkstar, Gina Darkstar, Planet Hack, and Krusty. GG's thus far, guys. It's no easy feat to just get through this. It's not an easy thing. Some of these guys, I was telling them, I was like, this is not anything that you could just run through with randoms. If you guys believe that, I was letting them know. Like, if you guys, because like I feel Krusty saying, he says everyone gets until end arena, that then starts the failing, because he was so used to playing it on legendary normal, which I don't. It was crazy how he couldn't beat this on normal legendary. Normal legendary is, dude. In the time that we've been running this, I would have gone through Manning Zoo like 4, 5, 6 times and beat it. In the time that we're running, in the time that we're doing this, with 3 directives. with the team that we have here. So it's like, I don't know how he never beat it. Sucks that he's never beaten it on normal legendary, but he kind of had like a little down like feeling because he's always lost. And I was like, hey, well, I was like, sorry to burst your bubble, but it's not going to be any easier in this one, man. We're going to have to really work if you really want to win. So it kind of sucks that I'm not running with you when it's normal, because if it was, I could easily bring you through that and beat that. But we're not doing it on normal, so it is what it is. But I was just letting him know, because it's like he kind of seemed like he was just thinking it was normal to get all the way to the end. And I'm like, dude, you're running this with 3 directives on. You don't sit here and act like this is normal and tell me you can just run with another complete random team with 3 directives on the Manning Zoo and just get through it, because I guarantee you're not getting through that. I just told him that straight up. I'm like, that's not gonna happen. Like, and you guys know that, so don't act like this is normal. Getting to the end, that's a feat in of itself. And yes, the final room is harder because it does require a lot more work to get done. Everybody's got to do their part. And for what I was seeing from this team, I'll be honest, I was already realizing that part is going to be a problem. It's going to be an issue, because from what I'm seeing, it's just not. They're just not. The DPS isn't there. When you get to the last room, the DPS has to be there in order to have like the best chance at winning, like the best chance at defeating the mission. So the only time I can kind of help them, can kind of carry when the DPS isn't there, is when it's a normal legendary, because normal legendary is not hard, guys. And these guys can't hurt me really. So it's like I can do so much on that mode where it's like I wouldn't have to be worrying about any special ammo, none of that stuff. I just be and the mini map, and you can see where everybody's at. Oh my god, that's too easy for me. That's like challenging or like hard mode for me. That's what I was telling them. Like obviously, like they didn't know my channel, they didn't know who I was. So I was like, it's very easy for me, and I know it's not the easiest thing. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's the easiest mission, but for me, that's a very easy mission. For a lot of other agents on simply normal legendary. So that I was kind of surprised that Krusty never got through that one on legendary. I don't know who he was running with, but that kind of just shows me people's talent level sometimes when they speak and tell me things. I'm like, okay, so he's never done that. I get it. But don't sit here and act like this is just a mission you could just get through and just run through like nothing with random agents, dude. You're doing something 99% of the player base can't even do. Like they can't do this with random agents. So that's a feat in of itself. So like I said, every time now and then I'll come across agents sometimes that think that they'll run with me, and I'll let shit look easy, guys. I won't sugarcoat it. I'm not bragging, but I'll let this look a lot easy because my talent level and what I can do, I'll make it look easy as fuck. And there's a lot of agents I ran with that come back and tell me that. They ran with me and they took it for granted, and then they go run again with another team and they're like, what the fuck? They're like, how we even do that? And I'm like, yeah, like I was doing a lot of stuff you guys didn't even realize was going on to be able to make that mission as easy as it was. And once you don't realize it until you go run with another team and try and do the same thing, you think it's easy. You think you can just do it again, and you realize you can't get past the first or second section, and you're scratching your head thinking what's going on. It's like you realize somebody was, I don't want to say it, but somebody was in a sense carrying you that time. You didn't even realize it. You thought you were just running through it. So it's like, and I don't mean that to say that just to brag. I just let some of these guys know, because some of these agents, they'll be like in over their head. They'll be a little more cocky than what they need to be. And it's like, I just want them to know. So I think I'm wrong about having confidence, but don't be cocky to the point you're thinking you could just do that. Because if you could do it, dude, you would have been done that way before I ever joined your team. You would have been doing this if you could do it. A lot of them never done it. You'd be surprised. It's funny. I'll come across some agents that have never done it, but they talk like they do it all the time. And then one of the other agents have to tell them, come on, man, shut up. You don't do this all the time. Because if you did it all the time, you would have been doing it all the time, and you wouldn't even have to be on our team right now. You just leave and beat the mission. And by the way, guys, I've done that too. There's times where some agents got like to a level where it was like, oh, like I wasn't anything, and I was like, all right. So I said, you other guys, I told the other agents, you guys come on. We're gonna get another team to do the mission. Or like one other agent. I think there was 2 other agents once that were talking some stuff. And I was like, all right, I'll let you guys finish up. You get your other teammates. And I was respectable to not leave them midway in the fight. I just said, you guys finish it up. I'll go with this agent and we'll go finish it up. We'll start over and finish it up. Since you guys are good, you can finish it. Come to find out, those guys didn't finish it. They wiped, and then me and another agent got on another team, started fresh, brand new, beat the entire mission. So I'm not saying it, guys. I'm not saying it just to talk. I'm saying it because I know I can do it. So a lot of these guys will just say it just to talk, to try and brag, and I'm like, dude, don't do that. Because don't do that. Then we have to leave, and then you just mess the mission up for another agent. One thing I hate is messing it up for other agents that are genuine. So I'll always give those guys an option to come along. I'll be like, hey, you can come along if you want. Just let me know right now before I leave if you want to follow. If they don't, I'll just leave. If they do, which often a lot of times they do, they leave. And then we get our own thing and we get it done. And they're like, damn. I'm like, yeah, that guy, they think I'm joking around or something when I'm saying that. And they don't even finish the mission. They end up failing. And I'm like, wow, I thought you said you did the mission. But anyways, that's to each their own. But I just say, guys, don't be that type of agent. Like, never be Like, don't be so cocky to the point. Like, if you know you don't do it, don't talk and act like you do it. Please don't do that. There's people that do that. I don't know why they do it, but they do it just to feel a certain way or to feel like big time or something. It's like, dude, I'm trying to offer help. If you don't need the help, it's cool. But just don't be like cocky about it and to think that you're just it, because then when you can't do it, I don't want to sound like that, guys, but I am that real thing. Sometimes you just gotta unapologetically be yourself and be confident, and that's me. I'm not gonna sit there and sugarcoat and say, you guys just seem to work. Go on my channel. Anybody watching this thinking I'm bluffing or joking, go on my channel and go watch all the videos and everything I've done. 4 directive showcases, all of that. Go watch them. And those are all with randoms, by the way. I'm not saying it just to say it. I'm saying it because there's a certain way you got to go about it. And if you listen, you too can start doing the same thing you're seeing me here doing. But you got to take note. You got to be humble, and you have to listen and learn from what I'm showing you. Only then will you start seeing the success that you're seeing me do the same thing. But yeah, some agents, guys, I don't know. And I know you guys ran into them. I call these guys toxic agents. You run into them and they think they just know everything. They think nothing they think that they're just the end-all be-alls because of them. And it's like, I put a lot of these guys to the test that said that, and I've seen them horribly, embarrassingly fail. Or heard back from another agent that they didn't pass, they failed. So it's like, what's going on there? Like, that's sad. You just messed it up for yourself. You could have won the mission and you messed it up for yourself because you're talking. So like, it is what it is, guys. I mean, it's not bad to be confident. Come across agents that are confident, that's great. But don't act like you're just, like, at times, I'll tell them at times, don't be like you're just doing it on your own all the time, because if that was the case, you'd have been doing this before I even ran into you or knew you. And some of them say they have, and it's like, yeah, with your Discord agents and clanmates, that's cool. But try and do it with randoms, man. Try and put that skill actually to the test, where 3 people don't have your back with all synergized builds. Because I did it with Discord agents before too. Like, I mean, when people joining me in that way, I don't have a Discord like that. I don't really do that like that. But I've had people join me from them before and said they were in Discords. Maybe some of these guys are, or certain things, and it's like they've helped me. I didn't even realize that they're in Discord, so they assisted me more or less. And I'm like, that's cool. You guys play pretty well. You play good, and it's because they had they're complimenting each other's builds or whatever. So. But they often always tell me, people that I have come across with that, they're like, that's crazy how you do it with randoms though, because they said they wouldn't waste time doing that because it's hard, and it is, guys. It's not something easy. So like I said, life's a game. You guys are at the right channel if you want to see this done with randoms. You guys want to be just dazzled. You want to just see it happen. If that's the case, my main key thing, guys, is to show you guys how to run this shit, because I know how it can be running these missions if you ever want to run it. My key thing is just showing you guys how to do it, because I know I'm at the level that I can teach you guys how to do this to the point you can be doing it the same way as me, getting the same results, getting wins, not getting losses, getting wins every single time you run the thing. Like, you'll always get to the end. At the very least, you'll get to the end of the mission. So that's my key thing. So like I said, GG's, guys. We're going to go ahead and get back into this. Nonetheless, I highly appreciate any and all of these guys that joined me, because like I said, it's just not me alone doing this. Obviously, like, if I was going to do this alone, I'd have to just have these guys stand around while I do everything. 3 directive legendary, that would be crazy. But like I said, that's not how it is. It's made for like a team, especially when it's scaled for 4. It's made for a team of 4 to work together to get it done, and that's exactly what we're doing. I'm not going to say I'm the only one, you know. Obviously, these guys all have their parts, and they're doing their part as well. Otherwise, if they didn't do their part and just stood there, we'd all wipe, you know. Obviously, we're wiping if I'm not there doing that. So, like I said, you want to just keep that in mind. It's not just me, guys. That's me trying to tell you that I'm not being cocky. I'm not trying to say this, that. I do know my skill level. I'll respectively state my skill, what I can do, what I know I can do. But I do also need the help of my team while on a 4-man directive legendary with directives. Like, I'm not just going to run through this mission alone by myself with it being scaled like this. Doing it alone, maybe, if I made a sniper build, yeah, there's a case that could be done because people have done that already. It's not the hardest thing with a one-shot. That could be done. I'm not really the biggest fan of solos. That's the reason. I'm like, I got to play the game at its highest level, and Division's at its highest level when it's scaled for 4. Whether it's with directives or without directives, that's when it's at its highest level. So it's like, I got to play the game at its highest level, guys. Like, that's just who I am. I know some people they appreciate solo. I'm not saying solo is easy, but I'm saying that's not Division at its highest level, though. Doesn't matter if you have it on 5 directives, what you're playing it on. Legendary 5 directives, that's not the real Legendary 5 directives, if it makes sense. They scale it down for that one person. So if they want to do that, as I said before, You want to have all your agents like kind of just die or sit there, and then you just go through the entire mission yourself and do everything by yourself as they just sit there. That would be the real full experience of the Division mission on whatever difficulty it is with you alone. So that, I always say that, and for the agents that can do that, I take my hat off to those guys that are actually able to do that, because that's real soloing. That would be soloing what I'm doing here if you had 4 people die and then you're doing it yourself. You know, whether it's with directives or not, that would be that. So if anybody wants to start working at doing that, any content creator wants to start working at doing that, they can do that. But there's not many doing that. I think there's one guy I saw do that with District Union Arena. Can't quite remember the name, but I remember somebody. I think I did see somebody do that with 4 agents down. And I think that guy's hearing me, whoever it was, because I was like, before I was mentioning it, I mentioned that multiple times in the videos, and ever since after I mentioned it, he's the first one to do it, and then he started telling people, oh yeah, it is scaled different. After I started mentioning it, though, guys, after I started mentioning it, that's when I saw them do it. So it's like, I had a feeling you're watching me, but it's cool. Like, you don't have to admit it, you don't have to say anything. But yeah, I take my hat off to anybody that can do a legendary mission with 4 people like down and get it done on 4, scaled for 4. That's a real soloing. So there is that. So like I said, guys, just real recognize is real, guys. That's what I will say. I always give props to any agents that do real things. I don't go back. I don't move the goalposts after I say something. If I say something and I see it done, hey, what more can I say? Take my hat off to them. That's one hell of a run. But like I said, guys, I expect nothing more. I expect the same with me. Just take your hat off when you see me perform or do something. Admit what it is and just be like, damn, you know, that is a feat. That is good. I respect your play, and that's just as simple as that. I don't ask for praise or nothing. It's just I do what I can do for the community, guys. I just do what I can do. That's all it is. So you're seeing us here work. As you've been seeing us, we've been working from the stairs, and that's what you want to do. You want to respectably work from the stairs, guys. You don't want to be pushing too much. When these chungas start coming in, especially, you don't want to be, that's why you want to give it space. You want to always be able to retreat back. And one key thing I tell all my teams, I told this team, and as I tell respectively any team I run with, you always want to be able to fight back on your back foot, go back off on your back foot. And the reason I say that is because you can always retreat back. Luckily, the doors don't close, and it's like you're locked in here. You could always retreat back if these guys get too close for comfort, or you're just feeling that it's just not working. You could always do that. Another key thing for thought, guys, usually when you drop your hive, you always want to drop it near you or close enough that if this bastard chunga's in it, he can't just get to it fast. He's got to kind of walk through it. And he got me there. I was there a little too long, so I was telling my team, hey, you guys just want to back it up. I was telling them back it up. These guys coming down the steps. I fucked this up on my end. I should have moved a lot quicker than I did. I didn't get out of there in time. So considering I didn't get out of there in time, you're seeing this bastard move down, and I was like, okay, I don't think I'm going to get out of this. This bastard, of course, is going to get me. So I was telling him, hey, guys, just back it up. And this is my team doing an excellent job right here, guys. So we put them in position to get it done. But I was just saying, patience, distance, focus here, guys. It's this chunga alone. All you guys got to do is take this bastard out. What I was doing, however, I was talking to him, telling them what he was doing. So I was like, he's marching back up. He's coming around. He broke whoever's hive they threw. He's coming around the corner. I was like, all you guys got to do is take this guy out. So my team shows good resilience here to fight this guy. I'm watching him. You see me, I'm still talking to him down there. I'm still letting him know he's right here. Take him out. And at the same time, though, I see them fighting him. And this just comes down to what these guys can do. They should be able to take him out. We have decent enough DPS, guys. I said our DPS was the worst, but I said it wasn't at a level I was wanting it to be at. At the same time, though, I was watching this area, these stairs, just to ensure that these guys aren't coming in. And I was telling them, hey, there's another enemy trying to sneak up, so kind of try and get that guy out of here. That chunk out. There's 2 guys trying to come. So they got him out. I let them know the sense of urgency that we had, so that alerted them. So the best thing you guys can do when you're down, never just sit down, because you can always be helping guys. It doesn't matter what position you're in. When you're a real agent in this game, when you're down, you're going to be telling your team what's going on when you're on the floor, because you're at an area, especially if they're farther back, where you can tell them who's coming in, what type of enemy's coming in, and how fast they're pushing in. So that's what they did. I said, excellent job, you guys. They got it done there, guys. They definitely got it done. I didn't move fast in time there. That chunga got me, and he was trying to bait me them to stay there to get me so he could fire on him. So I was smart of them to go back. I was telling them just to go back. And they got it done there, guys. So that's what I say. It's not just only about me. It's about the team. effort in playing, because sometimes, guys, I am human. I can totally make mistakes. I can go down, fuck up, and be like, damn, okay. Although it's rare, I don't rarely do that. I rarely do it, but it's like it can happen. And when it does, I expect nothing less of my team to be 100% and get the job done, guys. With just as much confidence I have in myself, I have in my team to get the job done. And that's what it comes down to, that's what I'm saying. You want to make sure you're on a team that everybody's following each other on the same page. The way we were able to get that done, we were all on the same page. Nobody was trying to do their own thing. They weren't listening. They were just trying to do whatever they wanted to do. That wouldn't have worked out well in that situation there. So that was great by my team. Highly appreciate it, guys. Jenny Darkstar, Black Hack, and Krusty, if you guys are seeing this. What more can I say? Excellent play. Excellent play, guys, as we push forth in this premiere. As we continue forth in this. This one's been a dog fest thus far. 2 hours, 39 minutes, guys. 2 hours, 40 minutes, by the way. And pushing through this one. This is crazy to be pushing through this one like that. Around 2 hours, 30 minutes. More so, but this is crazy. This shit's crazy. But it can be done. It can be done. What more can I say? It can be done. So you're seeing this guy on the right. We're getting him out. Let me see. We're getting him out. Okay, so you're seeing right here. You're seeing this seeing this dog. You just want to make sure you're getting these things out of here. And what do you notice right now? This fucking dog has no life, guys. If you notice that goddamn robot mutt has no life, and he's somehow still going around shooting. I hate when the game glitches like that and allows these dogs to have more life than what they're even supposed to have. It's like, what the hell's going on? You'll kill him, and you guys tell me in the comment section of the chat if you've seen that. Look at this dog. They have no life. We've been shooting him for a while from the time he went to the other side of the room. And look at this. He's still running around. How is this happening? This game does a lot of salt, guys, as you shall see at the end. This is quite an interesting run. It just didn't want me to take this one, man. I just had a feeling. Look at this. Well, how is this dog still alive? He should have been dead. He has no life. Finally, he blows up after he got like another whole bar of health. He got another whole entire bar of health. That is crazy how this game's doing it. But you know what? I've seen a lot of salt from this game in my direction. I've seen so many weird things, guys, happen. I mean, man, I'm not going to spoil anything. But like I said, I've seen a lot from this thing. And like I said, you know, we'll see what takes the cake from that. Because I didn't think anything could take the cake until what I'm about to see, what you guys will be seeing coming up in a minute. You know, I haven't seen that, but like I said, there's always something new with this game. So it's like, it is what it is, but you guys know the talent. You've seen the clears and all that, so I don't have anything more else to say or prove about it. So it was an excellent run, guys. This is an excellent run thus far. We're trying to get this done. You want to keep right here around the ledges. You don't want to go too fast on this area here. You see these guys over here, little bastards on the right trying to shoot me. As I'm trying to make my way over to him. That purple nade bastard. So I was telling him, watch for the nades here. I hate this spot in the game, so it'll get you stuck up there sometimes. This game just has so many pit holes sometimes. Like when you're trying to get shit done, it's like, damn, always getting stuck or something. But yeah, it comes with the territory. What can I say, right? So yeah, guys, here we go. We're finishing this purple bastard off right here. Okay, so he's not the last guy. I thought he was the last guy. He's totally not the last guy. There seems to be somebody still way over there. Honestly, obviously wasn't seeing them on this end. I didn't see anybody on this side, so I was like, where's the enemies at? Wasn't quite seeing them, so I was sitting here for a second. And I was like, you know what? I think where that orange marker's at, that's where they're at. There's usually a cowardly medic in there. I do know that. On a lot of times in the missions, there is usually that there. So I was like, you know what? Guys, we got to totally make our way over there to that section. Be smart, be ready. Watch for anybody shooting, any bullets coming out of nowhere. You know how these guys are. And sure enough, when we do get over here, we get over here to this side, I'm looking around. Okay, so I'm seeing somebody in there. But then just at the last second, I see a damn robot right there as it's starting to shoot. Sneakily. So this little bastard is trying to sit right here and wait for us to come over. To try and come out because he was injured. But like I said, that's what I'm saying. You always want to be watching, especially when you don't have a mini-map. You can't see that stuff. So you just always want to be on your toes and ready. So of course, this cowardly medic's in here. We get rid of him, guys. And this is the final part of this mission. Legendary Manning Zoo 3 directives, guys. And the only thing I can say is the sad part about this spot area is that me and my team tried within this last room, but the DPS just wasn't there, as I told them. And so these guys, sadly, Jenny, Darkstar, Planet Hack, and also Krusty just had to leave, guys, and they eventually left. We did do some tries in here, but it was like this last area of the mission, especially with this goddamn special ammo skill on. It's too hard to do without the proper DPS because there's too many of these guys hounding us. So what we're going to do right here, guys, we're going to respectfully go ahead and skip forward, and we're going to get the team and show you how we actually end up getting this thing done. One sec. So although I take my hat off, guys, to those other agents, we just had to assemble the team. Somebody joined my team after some hours of being in this one room, guys. It was crazy. As I said, that happens on Legendary with directives, with randoms. And this one guy came from DAD clan, and I guess he had clanmates that was on, and he just invited a lot of them, I guess the rest of them, because he was like, I could help you out. We have DPS. They knew I was looking for DPS, and they said we can definitely do that. However, guys, if you pay attention to the server restarting at the bottom, we only had a certain amount of time to do it. I wasn't thinking it would have stopped it because one of them was saying, oh, it was something redoing the map or something. It wasn't going to turn the mission off. But sadly enough, I believe that it does do that, guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you all the way out till it closes because we actually were not able to finish this room. I mean, like this was the run right here where we were going to beat the room. It just so happened magically on the time we were going to beat the room. This was the first time me running with these guys. After I ran with a few other agents that just couldn't get the job done because they just weren't, they didn't have the DPS, they just weren't ready for it. These guys joined in, and when this was it, guys, I knew it. I beat this mission many times, and I was like, okay, finally everything's happening at the level. We're killing the enemies off at the level we're supposed to be. Sadly enough, we just didn't have enough time. The server went out. This was quite some hours in just one room, guys. So it's like that can happen. It's crazy how it happened like that because I beat this mission twice with 4 directives. You guys can check out in my respective legendary 4 directive brilliant showcases. But for some reason, the guys, this mission, I was just getting agents that were just not ready for this level. And like I said, that allowed some time to pass and quite enough time to pass. And then by the time I got these guys, the server was like a little too low. Like we were already going to beat it and the server was just too low. The time was too low that we had to do it. So you're going to see how we're executing it here. You're going to see, sure enough, how we were definitely in the driver's seat in order to get this one done. Like we were in the driver's seat to finish this one off. And just so happens, guys, I don't know how that happens, but it's always around the time where it's like, everything's going well for you when it's like, all right, now it's going to happen at the end when you can't do it. Can't make this shit up, guys, especially after the amount of hours I spent doing this. So it happens, but like I said, I've already beaten it, guys. You want to see the times where I've beaten this stuff with an extra directive on even. You can definitely go on my channel and check that out. But if you want to watch the rest of this run, guys, like I said, we do a great job. I'm just going to show you how to execute it. You're seeing me here standing on the stairs. You're seeing us with a lot of DPS, which you want in this mission, guys. What you need at the end of this mission. You saw me carry the other people there, more or less. That's what most likely that was for the most part. I mean, that team was good. They did execute against that Chunga and all that. But for the most part, I can guide any team like here most likely, but it's like once you get to the final room, and I mean it's a feat in of itself. So I take my hat off to those agents that got here, I got all the way here with, because not anybody and everybody can do that. Even these guys said it themselves. They're like, if they're going through the entire mission, it'd be hard. You'd have to do certain parts. You just have to know what you're doing. But they were saying for the most part, if you have DPS or you have like a good DPS crew, which is why I always say if you have clanmates or Discord agents, it's not easy. It's not the hardest thing. It's pretty easy. It's not hard. It's just when you're playing with randoms, it's pretty tough to do that with randoms when the randoms don't have the DPS you need. They don't have the gear sets that are needed to be able to get this type of content done. And unfortunately, guys, I ran into that for some hours, and I tried my best to help these guys. Even equipped in my build when I beat 4 directive legendary in, that didn't do anything. So it's like I can only do so much at that point. And finally, when I get these guys, it just so happens the timer's down. So it is what it is, though. But they did tell me that the fact that I got those guys here as randoms, these guys were just they were taken back by that. They were blown away at the fact that I even did that. And I was like, yeah. I shared my channel with them and whatnot. So like I said, I appreciate you guys joining from DAD Clan, Scorched, Buffalo, Jags the Panda, and Clapper. Highly appreciate you guys joining your DAD clan. You guys have some pretty neat, decent agents in your clan. I gotta say that. Honestly admit that. You guys have some agents that have good DPS, so that's always good. But like I said, I've done this with randoms multiple times. And for just some reason, we just couldn't get it done. The teams were just never equal enough. We always had somebody that just didn't have the DPS they needed. They kept dying. They couldn't stay alive, whatever it might be. So that can happen, guys. But like I said, glad to know that I reached all the way to the end, guys. You tell me anybody you see running with randoms that reaches the end with 3 directives on this mission, or 4 even for that matter. Which I completed this twice with 4, guys. So I totally don't get how it was just so hard this time to do it with 3. I don't know. I guess the game just had my number and giving me agents that just didn't mesh well together or just couldn't handle the mission. But it is what it is. I highly appreciate these guys joining in. But what you want to do in this room, guys, the only reason why I'm going to just kind of talk to you a little bit about it right now. What you want to do inside this room is you kind of want to you want to keep near the stairs here, like for cover, so that they're not bombing you, can't snipe you for the most part. And you just want to take these guys out. A lot of them had special ammo. So what you want to do in here, do you want to make the agents that have the enemies that have special ammo and the ones that are the drones, like the top priority? I know I usually say medics, but in this room, with this goddamn special ammo directive, you always most likely you want to make sure that you have the ones that have special ammo top priority and the droners, because all those droners do is they come in and they just bombard the hell out of like your team and just make everything hard, and they're coming from both sides. So you want to make sure you have that. You can have that, it's all good. And the key thing I'm going to say inside this room, guys, outside of build function, is just movement. That's one thing I noticed a lot of agents that were running with me in this room just couldn't get down and do. They didn't have the movement. I know I have all the experience in here. I've been in here a lot. I know the movement of this place and how to move. There's a certain way you have to move, and you have to know how to go in and out. Otherwise, as you see me reviving Scorched Buffalo here, you will go down. Like if you're not really watching like the area, your flank and whatnot, especially with no mini map, guys, you will go down. So what you want to do, as you see me show you this, guys, as you see I haven't gone down. What you want to do is you want to utilize these stairs, and you want to watch for drones, obviously. Sometimes if you hug the stairs on the inner right or the inner left, if you're on the other side, like against that bar there, sometimes the drones will go right over your head, or they just won't hit you. But you want to make sure you're doing that. You want to make sure you have that. You're focusing on that and getting that done. But the key thing I want you guys to take notice is how fast we're getting these guys out of here. We're getting these guys out of here like quick. We're getting a lot of damage on them, and they're not pushing in. That's how I knew that we had this mission in the bag right here, that we had it down. You see the Chunga's fearful. He went all the way off. Usually that Chunga will come this way. For you guys that know that play this mission, he'll usually come this way where the stairs are at. He didn't go that way because, you know, obviously we're giving a lot of DPS. He tried to take another route, which further messes him up because it exposes him. But as I'm saying here, guys, you guys totally saw that. I threw my hive down there to help out with it. And sadly, you're seeing we only have 11 seconds left in the server right now, so that's where it's going to go out, which is sadly BS. But nonetheless, guys, highly appreciate you guys tuning in for the premiere of Manning Zoo 3 Directives Legendary, which we did complete. We all concluded because I met back up with these agents, and there, as you see the delta there, we realized that we did complete the mission. And as you're seeing here, it logged me out, and I was thinking, damn, maybe if I log back in fast, I can get in. The game just didn't allow me to log back in and didn't load, so we were sadly unable to get back in. But nonetheless, guys, highly appreciate all of you guys joining in. That totally sucks, but like I said, maybe at some point I'll be running it again at some point doing it. But like I said, guys, I already beat it twice with 4 directives, so maybe the next time I do it, it'll be with 4 again for the 3rd time, because I don't know. They just weren't trying to give me that 3rd win, guys, with the 3 directives, I guess. They were trying to give me that win. So it is what it is. What more can I say? It can happen. It kind of sucks that I had to be in that room for like a amount of hours before I could get these guys to the point I could get a team that actually could do that. Because no knock on any agent, I know it's not normal content. I told all the agents that joined in, so it's like some of them just weren't good enough to get it done, guys. It's just as simple as that. They just weren't good enough to get it done, and that's totally just that. I don't know what more else I can say about it, but life's a game, guys. Highly appreciate any and all of you guys joining in. That can happen. And it just is what it is, guys. Sometimes this stuff happens. There's something that happened on one of my other videos once before with Tidal Basin 4 directives, where my gigabytes of my computer ran out because I was in there for so long at that point. And by the time I beat it, I even show proof in the video of how like my computer recorded it, but I just didn't catch it. And that would have been my 2nd time beating Tidal Basin with 4 directives. So I've done it. I just show you guys these things. Nonetheless, I have nothing else to prove. You guys see me beat this stuff all the time. So the only thing I'm trying to tell you is that basically in that room, I'm trying to show you guys how to run each room. And I'm glad I'm able to do that, because I know a lot of content creators that just show you one little basic little 6-minute video, and then they say, okay, that's it, run this shreds, and that does not work in certain missions. It probably gives you like good DPS here and there, but in order to show somebody how to do something, you have to really show them. What better way to show than just tell? And like a 5-7 minute video of a build is not going to show anything how to get certain missions done, because I know a lot of agents that watch those guys and they still can't get through a lot of content using that person's stuff. And I'm like, there's a lot of things they're not telling you. They're not telling you their expertise level they have. They're not telling you how to run that build in certain areas. People would like to know that from these guys, but they don't show that. But like I said, their videos continue to get likes and all and whatnot. So it is what it is, guys. But I like I said, real recognized as real. You guys know the real deal. Life's a game. You see my channel. You guys see me do it all the time from point A to B. So point A to Z, actually. So take care, guys. Unfortunate, but take care. You see me beat it many times. This is laughable. Nothing more I need to prove. So GG's, guys. Highly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this premiere, hit that like. We'll be coming with a lot more heat, a lot more content. And my key thing is to show you guys how you too can also replicate this elite level skill. GG's and take care.